Happy top of the week.
Top of the top.
Another week, another pod.
Yes, sir.
Happy Women's Month.
Is it Women's Month or Women's Day? It was Women's Day, right? Or was it Women's Month?
I was looking at Demaris.
I mean, I'm heterosexual, so it's always Women's Month for me.
We'll get to that. Calm down.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Every month is Women's Month.
Well, happy belated International Women's Day to me.
Of course.
That's what it is. International Women's Day.
But isn't March Women's Month as well? So there's Women's Day in Women's Month.
February is Women's Month because of Valentine's Day, obviously.
No, yeah, Women's History Month. Women's History Month is in March. International Women's Day. Yes, Women's History Month is March. Like Black History Month, but Women's History Month is March. Mm. International Women's Day was the other day when y'all didn't wish it to me.
We weren't with you. We supposed to like call you and text you?
Y'all text everything else in the group chat?
I've never texted Happy International Women's Day in a group chat in my life.
Well, you know, next year could be a start.
Like I've never.
Oh, so maybe solo text you out?
I've never texted anyone Happy International Women's Day.
Well, I don't see it on Google Calendar here, so you should blame them.
Yeah, and then it was daylight savings, so it was kind of like...
Yeah, it was all out of whack, that 1 hour.
Yeah, it's like...
Changed everything.
It threw everything off. Everything is completely out of control.
And they got rid of the DEI shit, so, you know.
Yeah.
Is it even a day?
I don't know. I don't know what day it is.
Nah, keep it up.
I can hear you humming over there.
Somebody told me the new year starts in March. I'm totally confused as to everything I was taught as a kid.
Spring starts in March, and that's... Spring and Aries season is technically the beginning of the year.
Yeah, well, I've seen those YouTube conspiracy rabbit holes of like when the calendar year really starts. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
It's a simulation.
I know the first is every month is what I do know.
I mean, I know in this neighborhood they celebrated New Year's Eve at a different time, so I was really confused.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, we're here.
But whatever you believe in, congrats.
Yeah.
And good luck.
Congrats. Congrats on International Women's Day.
Congrats on, International Women's Day, Women's History Month.
Yeah.
Celebrate that. Celebrate women and their history.
We appreciate all that women have done for us, including birth us.
And continue to do this for us. Thank you.
This earth. You guys are awesome.
I think the great James Brown said it's a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman.
He said a lot of things.
Yeah, he said a lot.
You want to continue on with more things that he said?
Yeah, he did. He said a lot and did a lot. Yeah.
Anyways, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good, man.
I heard you got crazy in the streets. That's what I was told.
I got crazy.
Yeah, I had a little text message that you was outside.
Oh yeah, I was outside. I was definitely outside.
Oh, I just made that up. Look, I caught him.
No, I was outside, but I wasn't like outside. Well, I was a little bit outside. I went to the Catholic high school championship game at Fordham University.
Oh, fire.
It was that Sunday.
Who was it?
It was against St. Ray's of Stepanak.
Okay, not much has changed.
Yeah.
St. Ray's is still St. Ray's.
Well, no, this was St. Ray's first time in the championship in about probably 13 years.
Really?
Yeah, so it was like their first time in the championship in about 13 years.
Wow, they dominated.
Stepanak has been dominating. This is their third straight Catholic high school championship. It was a really good game. St. Ray's had it, man. It was up 6 with like a minute, 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. Gave up a 3, then they came back down and got an and 1 on the layup, tied the game, went into overtime, and Stepanak was able to win in overtime. But shout out to St. Ray's. Shout out to my guy B Stores. His son Brandon Stores Jr. is now the all-time leading scorer at St. Raymond's.
Oh, nice.
So it was good. I was hoping they won it. And he ended his high school career with a championship, but they lost by 2. But he still had a great high school career. He's on to Georgia Tech, man. So good luck to him. Shout out to my family, B Stores, and his entire family.
Did you see any? This is gonna sound crazy. Any young men you wanted to invest in? You know, like all the drug dealers find the basketball player, guide them so they can eventually extort them. Did you see any potential talent out there?
Oh, it was a lot of talent, man. There was a lot of good kids. Theo Ratliff's sons, they play for Stepanak. They're probably about 7 feet already.
Oh my God,
they're like juniors.
I think they're
old.
Juniors. Theo Ratliff's son is in high school?
Yeah, they're both like 7 feet tall.
Of course.
I think they're juniors. So that whole Stepanak team, I think, is coming back again. I don't think they had any seniors. I think they maybe one senior. But yeah, they've been dominating. They've been dominating the Catholic High School League. It's usually Stepanak and Christ the King in the championship, but this year St. Ray's was able to make it. But they just fell a little short. But it was a good game. And then we went out. I went uptown. They had me doing things I really don't do no more, man. I went to like 2 spots I haven't been to in probably 7 years.
They had hookah?
It was hookah.
Oh, man.
There was TVs with the games on. It was bottles of champagne coming. I was like, I have not been outside in New York City like that in a long time. But it was cool to catch up with some of my homies that I haven't seen in a while.
Oh, I mean, I gotta hit Loyon and see see what's up with the bill. How many sparklers you had sent your way?
No, I literally, the first spot we went to, we was in there for...
Keep
I was
it real,
in there
that was
probably,
Maul's bill.
No, I was in there for like 10 minutes and then a fight broke out and everybody tried running out the front and I looked at my man, I was like, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Like, I don't even do that. As soon as I'm in the spot and it starts getting shaken and I'm only there for 10 minutes. And my thing is, it was probably 4:30.
In the morning?
O'clock? No.
Oh, it looks like you was outside.
No,
okay.
like 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah. But you uptown, I mean.
Yeah, but I'm just like, who is fighting at 5 o'clock inside of a lounge? Like, who's doing that?
I mean, daylight savings hadn't happened yet, so it was getting a little dark.
No, it did.
Oh, it was on Sunday.
Yeah, this was
got
Sunday.
you. Yeah,
So
it's kind of
like,
wild.
It's 5 o'clock, sunshine, and nice day out, and who's fighting at 5 o'clock?
Some of those hookah spots, especially like the hole in the wall ones, it can get dark in there even during the day.
No, this wasn't a hole in the wall. This is like a known spot uptown.
When fights break out in those spots and I'm more in the back, I think it's safer to just duck under a table like a pussy and let everyone
Oh no,
try to get out that,
that
door. I'm just gonna go down.
Yeah, me and my boy was in the back, and as soon as it calmed down in the front,
trampled and then shot.
No, we left. We exited. As soon as it calmed down, it was like, all right, everything cool outside. We out of here, and we left and went and got something to eat. And I was home by 8 o'clock.
Yeah. It was my dad's birthday on Saturday. He drove up in the camper, saw the camper for the first time.
Yeah, how's dad?
It's potable.
So now I gotta ask dad. I gotta ask how's dad and the camper.
Yes, I mean that's all he talked about the entire time. But
yeah,
it's great. I mean, I see why he got it. He's on his way now. He's doing the whole East Coast. Then I think he's gonna bust a right at New Orleans and go all the way west and up and back. So he's just gonna do like a square.
You're gonna do like a loop-de-loop.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going up all the way up to Seattle, Portland area, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll do that. I'll connect him with Lexi.
Is he documenting things? Is he like recording it? Or is he just like everything here? Is he still one of those everything's
He
here?
doesn't even know how to open his phone. He should have a flip phone. Really, he should. He has like the iPhone C from like 2014.
Yeah.
And I don't think he knows how to take a single photo, but it was fun to see him hang out with Amara.
That's so dope, man. To just like live in a camper and just, travel to the US, man. That's a real American dream right there.
Some of the leftover weed I had at the spot that you put me on to.
Yeah.
Had some for him and watched him get a little too high.
Yeah.
That stuff was a little...
I mean, he needs it, man. He's going to be on the road. You know what I mean? He needs to clear his head. And just
No, he needs to pay attention to the fucking road.
This is him and Bob Dylan on the road, man. That's it.
But, went back to the indoor playground, threw around some kids trying to mess with Amara. I hate the weekends. The big kids are there.
Yeah.
But the big kids, I feel comfortable, like,
yeah, you can
just
box them out.
push them.
Yeah, you can box
the little
them
ones that are top heavy. Feels like it's unfair.
Yeah.
Nah, big kids though. No.
Yeah.
Just fucking 10-year-olds from Jersey City are like 18-year-old men.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Right. You get a little rough with a 10-year-old. It's okay.
Demaris using these streets?
Nope. Home. I don't leave my house on weekends. Y'all know that.
You said Friday you were going to stop at my crib. Never did.
What time did you get home Friday? Because you didn't tell me when you got home. You were here recording MKIB with Armani.
I got home.
That was early though.
Yeah.
We was out of here by like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, and then I picked up Amara and went right to Jersey. It's going on. I understand.
But you never told me when you were like, yeah, I'm gonna let you know when I get home from the office. You never let me know when you got home from the office.
This feels like gaslighting and a bit of manipulation.
When you originally asked me, you said you was like, yeah, when I get home from the office, like I'll just come through. I'll let you know when I get home. You never did. So I'm like, oh, maybe you didn't want to be bothered. You had recorded that entire week. You guys filmed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I just figured you wanted to be left alone.
I almost woke up.
I wanted to help so you could watch Mara so I could sleep. That's what I wanted.
I almost woke up and came in here on Saturday, just like muscle memory. You like been somewhere all week, and you wake up, you be like, oh shit, no, I don't have to go in today. Like I'm good.
Like people that have regular jobs.
Yeah, exactly. This is a regular job. I don't know if you know that, but
listen, last week was exhausting, but I'm not going to sit here and say it was some crazy thing. Like Demaris is giving us credit. You guys, Monday through Friday, you worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you talk, what I'm saying is you talk for a living. So when you talk Monday through Friday to go and talk again, like that's a lot of fucking talking.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
No.
Yeah, I'll be all talked out. Like I don't have much conversation for like family and friends anymore.
Oh, that's why I felt bad when Armani came in here because I hadn't seen him in a while. We're friends or whatever. I just was not in a talking mood.
Yeah, I wanted to tell Armani, just shut up, perform, and get out.
As the day went, we kicked it afterwards.
Yeah.
But that morning, no, I didn't want to talk to fucking anybody.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, man? I haven't seen you. I'm cool.
Yeah, everything's just...
The mic is right there.
It's ready. Yeah. We're ready for you. We're ready for you.
Do your raps.
Camera's rolling. Do your little rappity rap thing that you do. Shout out to Armani White, though.
Yeah, I'm excited to put that one out. We have, on My Karma's Beautiful, we have They coming this week, which was a really cool conversation and
Shout
performance.
out today. Yep.
I'm excited for that one. Yeah, we got a lot of cool My Karma's Beautiful already in the tuck recorded. But other than that, it was a very, very light weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I looked at the timeline and saw LeBron going fucking crazy and had a full-blown debate with my dad about the entire thing. And I'm coming in here upset with myself of how I'm on the fence with the entire thing.
All right, so LeBron James obviously confronted Stephen A. Smith at the Lakers game last week about some comments that Stephen A. has been making, throughout, I guess, the last few months since Bronny James has entered the NBA. It is obviously Stephen A.'s job to, talk about sports and analyze the game and analyze athletes, things like that. LeBron, the Lakers were playing, I want to say... Who were those Lakers? I forgot who they were playing that night. But they was at the crypto arena. And after a timeout, LeBron had left the bench. And obviously Stephen A. was sitting close to the Lakers bench. So LeBron saw Stephen A. courtside and decided to approach him in what Stephen A. calls a confrontation. He didn't call it a conversation. He called it a confrontation.
You could tell by the body language in the video that it was a confrontation.
When you're
I'm
6'9",
confronting you about some shit.
When you're 6'8", 280, it's usually a confrontation when you step to another man.
Yeah, but I mean, LeBron, we've definitely seen approach people, but you can tell it's not in a crazy way.
Yeah.
This one felt like all energy above the shoulders. I'm looking down over you purposely type of time.
Yeah. Now, when I saw this, I thought that maybe I missed something that Stephen A. may have said about Bronny. But then Stephen A. addressed everything on, First Take, and then he went on his podcast as well and went more into depth about the situation and what had happened. And basically, LeBron, he said, LeBron, that wasn't an athlete, that was a father that approached me. That was somebody, talking as a parent and, kind of defending their child. Now, this situation is very unique because LeBron is LeBron James, and obviously Bronny, being his son, is under the same incredible microscope and, scrutiny that LeBron James is under. And people have been vocal about their feelings about, Bronny being drafted and, obviously the nepotism that people have spoken to, which we support and we applaud.
But it's not just Stephen A.
No, everybody has chimed in on this. Everybody has had something to say. I think that LeBron just got to a point where he's kind of tired of Stephen A. making it a talking point. Like, okay, obviously you said what you said, but it's like you continue to bring up Bronny and continue to have this conversation.
Well, he's on TV all day.
Yeah.
He has to fill some time.
But I think LeBron felt like, talk about something else. Like, we get it. Like, Bronny is drafted obviously because of me. He's not playing that well. He should be in the G League. Now, while I do understand LeBron being a dad and kind of like holding his son down, on the opposite side, I understand what Stephen A. is saying. And Stephen A. is basically saying, like, LeBron, you put a lot on your son's shoulders by comments that you made, saying that, Bronny can, play over some guys that are in the NBA right now. These are comments that LeBron made before Bronny entered the league.
Yeah.
So he kind of like put a lot on it. He put a lot of pressure, as if it wasn't already a lot of pressure on Bronny just being who he is.
Which we discussed even before the draft, when Bronny was going in to enter for the draft. We said, did LeBron, as a father, put way too much pressure going into this situation the way he supported his son, which who's gonna be mad at that?
Right.
But with the tweets and everything, it started to be like, all right, he is setting his son up to have a bullseye on his head with everything that they've been talking. The same way we talk about how the Ball family is so incredible. And, their dad put a fucking target on Lonzo's head before he even got to the Lakers. Like, everyone was gunning for him based off his dad talking all that shit. So I think Bron has to take some accountability in this entire thing.
I think, and that's what Stephen A. kind of spoke to. I think he was saying, because he had said, LeBron, stop this. Not stop, meaning have your son just out of the league and, stop putting more pressure on the situation. Stop making these comments that, he belongs here. Let him develop. Send him to the G League, where, yes, there's going to be cameras on him and there's going to be analysts at the game watching Bronny. Again, he can't get away from that spotlight because of his last name. Well, his name. So he, Stephen A. was saying, let him go to the G League where he's been playing well. Where he's been, playing well, developing his game. And then maybe one day, because Stephen A., from what I've seen, again, maybe there's something that LeBron heard that we don't know about.
A group chat that we weren't privy to?
Or just something that Stephen A may have said that Stephen A can't even remember what he said. You know what I mean? But from what I can see, but from what I can see, Stephen A seems to have always supported LeBron and, his family and everything that, he does. I just think that it got to a point where Bron was like, yo, you're making it a point every week to talk about Bronny and talk about him not playing well and him not, highlighting his numbers and him, not really living up to the pressure and the hype that comes with his name. So, LeBron saw him and was like, yo, listen, keep my son, stop talking about him. Let him just be.
Keep my son's name out your motherfucking mouth.
But here's why it's not fair, because at the end of the day, Stephen A is an analyst. He's on, First Take. He's on a bunch of shows on ESPN talking about athletes and sports every day. And obviously your son is now in the NBA, so he has to take what comes with that like every other player has to take it.
And we're speculating what was said in that conversation, despite the lip reader shit. But I'm with you. LeBron is actually proving Stephen A's point and everyone else's point with some of the nepotism and some of the exceptions that Bronny gets because of his dad. Now, I understand fully Bron's father energy in that regard. Fuck this whole NBA shit. That's my son. You're not going to play with his name. But as a father, you also have to accept now that your son is a man and you wanted him to be in a position where he will be critiqued no matter what.
Because here's the thing, Rory.
And you need to teach him of someone that has been critiqued since he was in fucking, I don't know what, middle school?
Yeah.
LeBron has been in the public eye, has probably dealt with more scrutiny than most athletes in history.
Right.
You got to show your son how to deal with that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Because in this regard, now you're asking to move the goalposts. Now we can't talk about him.
But here's why I really don't like it. Because if Bronny was playing well and putting up incredible numbers and Stephen A was talking about him every day, Bron wouldn't have approached him and be like, yo, keep my son's name out your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So now that your son is not playing well, we're not even talking about the numbers. That doesn't even matter. He's just not playing well. Your son belongs, let him develop in the G League. Keep him there, because if you allow him to travel with the team and all of these things and this, that, and the third, it's like, okay, we know the nepotism is real. We get that. But now it's like we're adding on to that. And then he's not playing well on top of that. Whenever he does get an opportunity to play, he's not playing well. Versus let him stay in the G League where he's been playing well, putting up really good numbers in the G League. Let him stay down there and develop his game. And then when the time comes, let him come back up to the league and then show us what he's been working on.
I mean, my original point is a little bit meaner, but I think fairer, if that's even a word. I forgot what episode it was when I was asking you, why do people keep talking about this kid? I understand his last name. I get the story. But what he barely gets any playing time. It was before he went down to G League. Like he scored one basket and it was a headline. They talked about it for 3 hours the morning it happened.
Yeah.
This is a non-story.
Yeah.
Stop talking about him. He doesn't deserve to be talked about.
Yeah.
That's really where I think these analysts should be taking it. Yeah, why do you guys continue to talk about somebody that has not proven a fucking thing? When he starts balling, which we are confident he will get better and develop, talk about him then. I don't give a fuck about somebody that doesn't travel with the team.
And I think that's what LeBron was saying. Like, again, we know he's not playing well. You don't have to keep saying it every day. But then again, it's you're a professional athlete. You're right. But that's what I'm saying. It's not fair, because if he was playing great and they were talking about him every day, LeBron would welcome that with open arms. So I get it. On one side you're a dad and you want to protect your son, but your son is a grown man now. He's in the National Basketball Association. So he has to take what comes with that, what every other athlete has to take. If they're not playing well, people are going to say that. They're going to tweet about it. They're going to post about it. The analysts are going to talk about it. And again, his last name, the name on the back of his jersey, only magnifies the situation because he comes from basketball royalty.
If Stephen A was talking about his personal life or some shit, then I could fully understand. Yeah. But no, it's basketball.
It's basketball.
I hate that we always have to compare LeBron and Jordan, but I've never seen Jordan confront Shade Room.
I'm sure I'm sure somebody has reached out via DM.
On behalf of the Jordan family?
Yeah, absolutely.
Take all this shit down.
Jordan can't wait to see Justin LeBoy. He can't wait to catch Justin sideline. He gonna run down on him. Justin has nothing to do with Shade Room. He's still gonna run down on him. Keep my son's name out your fucking mouth, man.
Perez Hilton being his Stephen A is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, man. It's just gonna be interesting now to see Stephen A. Like how the game the other night, LeBron's name came up. And he was like, listen, let's talk about Jason Tatum.
Does he have kids?
Yeah. Stephen A took that shit off LeBron real. He don't even want to talk about. Bron could go out there and have a better game than Jokic had the other night, and Stephen A is not going to talk about
skip over that talking point.
Let's talk about Jason Tatum and what the Celtics are doing.
I could have been trolled. I scrolled past it. Forgive me. I should have done more research. Did I see that Stephen A and Skip were doing an episode together? Or is that like a fake?
Yeah, they're doing something.
They're back? The band is back?
I think it was just an episode on Steven's show or Skip's show. I'm not completely
man. Sure. You don't want Stephen A and Skip talking about that LeBron shit? Oh my God.
And I mean, listen, don't quote me because Rory and Maul don't know ball. But I did see somewhat of a flyer after this whole thing. And I wasn't sure if they were just joking because obviously Skip hates LeBron.
Yeah.
And like now this is what brings them back together after all those years of hate.
I can't wait to see Stephen A on Club Shay Shay now.
Well, yeah, they have an episode that came out 2 hours ago. So yesterday for people that are just now hearing the episode.
I'm going to have to watch that when we're done here.
Yeah, the return of two goats.
That's kind of crazy to see though.
The Skip Bayless show with Stephen A. Smith.
This is a huge moment though.
Yeah.
Like pretty much the history of what sports broadcasting is now is based on how these two shifted everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's just funny because if Stephen A., if you know he probably works harder than anybody on the sports analyst side of the game. So when this situation happened, I was like, damn, he gonna have to do everybody's show now because they all want to talk about, what happened with Bron. I think Stephen A. handled it as well as he could.
Good blessing with the timing, with his new deal and everything. Now the press run, we really have something to talk about.
Listen, it helps, man. I know, people saying, Stephen A., LeBron ran down on you. But it's like, what is Stephen A. supposed to do? Fight LeBron?
I just think this is beautiful karma, even based off some of the comments here. Never disrespect the boy. Now it's 20v1 against Bron. Now you know what the energy like. Now everyone teaming up.
I mean, but nobody
you deserve it all.
Yeah, but nobody disrespected Bron.
Of course.
That's the thing. And that was the thing about the whole thing. I was like, but I don't, again, unless LeBron heard something that Stephen A. said that we don't know about, that he took a little personal. Stephen A. has always seemed to be fair when it comes to LeBron. Fair when most people, obviously, honestly, Stephen A. kind of keeps, except the Kyrie thing. I still don't like what he did with Kyrie during the pandemic, but other than that, Stephen A. always seems to be fair. He seems to be, when you're doing well and you're playing great, he supports you. When you're struggling, obviously he has to talk about it and cover it as well. And I think that's the case here. I think that it was a little extra because it is Bronny. But again, it's Bronny, so people are going to talk about him. And LeBron just was like, nah, man, we're not doing that.
Do you think that takes are found to be more disrespectful when they're entertaining? Because a bunch of people could talk about the same thing, but if you making niggas laugh at me, it tends to sting a little bit more.
Usually what it is. Like even non-story shit that ends up going viral because whoever said it delivered it so well, and now you're the butt of the joke when it's not even really a big deal. Yeah, that makes it worse.
Yeah, but people got to stop because again, if he was playing well and Stephen A. was talking about it every morning on First Take, it wouldn't have been no step to me on the sideline, and it wouldn't have been none of that. So you got to take it when you're not playing well. That goes for any athlete. Like when you're not playing well, you got to take what comes with that. If people going to start cracking jokes because y'all on a 12-game losing streak and you struggling and y'all the butt of the jokes now, you got to take that. If y'all on a 12-game win streak and the hottest team in the league and they talking about that, y'all going to love that as well. So you got to take what comes with it. It's part of the game. It's part of the territory. But I think overall, if we look at Stephen A., he's always seemed to be a fair guy. He's always seemed to be fair. I don't think Stephen A. is ever meant to be malicious and disrespectful. I don't get that energy.
That's a Skip thing.
Yeah, I don't get that malicious, disrespectful energy. Again, aside from the Kyrie taking the vaccine thing, I thought that Stephen A. was completely out of line with Kyrie about that.
How do you
guys... He was on a different side at that time.
Yeah.
How do you guys
marching orders
handle people criticizing your family or your super, super close friends? Like, what do you think is the difference between criticizing and disrespect?
Criticizing is as long as you're speaking to the actual what's actually happening. I think disrespect is when you start to gossip and start to throw things in the mix that are not true and just trying to push a false narrative. I think that's when it becomes disrespect. But I think if you're speaking to the facts and what's actually happening, if you feel disrespected as somebody speaking the facts, it's usually because
you feel bad about the facts.
You feel bad about the facts. It's like, damn, like, but I don't think that if it's facts, It's facts. Like, it is what it is. Because now, if Bronny go out there and it has 25 tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, and Stephen A covers it, it's what? All is forgiven at that point. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a weird situation. But again, I understand LeBron in that moment, like Stephen A said, that was a father. That wasn't LeBron James, the athlete. That wasn't LeBron James, the basketball legend. That was LeBron James, the father, protecting his family, protecting his son. Because obviously Bronny is probably affected by, he's had a spotlight his entire life. But now that he's on this stage, he's every morning, it's on the biggest, sports outlets. People are talking about him. So LeBron, Bronny might be in the house and LeBron might see that it's really affecting him. It's affecting his son. It's affecting his mental health. He's probably, out there noticing that, Bronny is struggling because it's so much on every time he's on the floor. So many eyes on him watching him, what he's going to do. But again, this is part of what comes with that territory of being a James Jr.
Rory, what about you? The difference between criticizing your family and disrespecting your family?
I mean, I think family personally is off limits and everything. Bronny's an exception here because he's a professional athlete, so that kind of takes him out of that scenario. So I'm kind of on the side of family, period. But that, I mean, especially in the media genre now, that rule has been gone for a long time. I'm not naive, but I still feel that way. Like,
I would feel a way if
I try my absolute best. Sometimes I will slip up, but not backtrack, but try to fix it. If I feel like, I brought up someone's family, I shouldn't have done that. I still try to live by that rule because I personally believe families, women, like that shit is off limits.
It's off limits.
This isn't a URL battle or rap battle. Like, I get that. That's part of that game. I guess it's part of this game now, but that doesn't mean I have to participate in it. I mean, if you go at my family, yes, there's going to be something that will happen, but it's not going to be a back and forth of the family off.
Well, let me make it.
To me, I don't know. Does that not make y'all feel like your stomach hurt a little bit when to talk about someone's family? Like,
yeah, no.
People have nothing to do with what the fuck is going on right now.
I'm not with that at all. That's why I was going to try to make it more realistic for real life. Let's say...
No, in real life, this whole genre disrespects everyone's family.
Yeah, no, but I'm not talking about...
Which to me is fucking insane.
I'm not talking
Kids,
about
everything.
media. I'm not talking about media. I'm talking about normal people. If someone in your life has a critique, let's say your girlfriend has a critique for your mother or a critique about Maul, where do you draw the line between criticizing, or you know what I'm saying, or saying how they could be better, or complaining to you how they could be better, and disrespecting?
Like if my family starts talking about Rory?
Yeah. Or either or.
When my mom called Maul gay, I did tell her to stop. That's not true.
Okay.
I said, don't say that, Mom.
See, now that was...
You said don't say that, Mom, or Mom, that's not true?
Both.
Okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's like, to me, that's disrespectful. Like, to call me gay is disrespectful.
But she didn't mean it.
She meant it. She thought I was gay. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong. She was just like, There's
nothing wrong with being gay, but I was disrespected by that. That's all. I feel away.
It was more so her reasoning that made me laugh, like where I kind of stopped defending. I was like, this is just funny at this point. She's like, he's never had a girlfriend. I was like, well, that doesn't mean...
No,
that just means
you pump. That's the narrative you pump.
You did pump that narrative.
You pumped that narrative.
We know about one Italian girlfriend from 1976.
I got a bunch of girlfriends.
And to me, my response to my mom in that regard is, no, that doesn't make him gay. Just see, he's slanging these hoes. Like,
there you go.
Just different one every night.
Hold me down with the fib. Yeah, see? There you go.
Hold me down with your mom and tell her I get pussy.
Yeah, tell your mom I get pussy, man. What's up, man? Hold me down in the living room.
I'm trying to think. There's been instances of, which I told you about before with, I wouldn't say a mutual friend of ours, but somebody we both know, friend of the show, she's called in before, has DM'd me things, and I'd be like, yo, don't talk about Maul in my DM. Like, I will block you in this situation. You're not going to talk shit about Maul in front of me. Like, it's not going to happen. About. I'll tell you off mic.
Okay.
It'll make total sense the moment I tell you this. But yeah, in instances that I'm not trying to be super confrontational, if somebody says something disrespectful about my family that isn't like super egregious, I'll say, hey, don't talk about them in front of me. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just not, you can't do that with me. It won't be.
Even if it's a valid critique.
No, if it's a valid critique, we can have a conversation about it. Okay. I'm talking about disrespect. I don't think a valid critique is disrespect.
Okay.
I think a disrespect is when you start talking about people's personal shit, their appearance, lies about them. Like that type of stuff to me is disrespectful.
Yeah.
But if somebody...
The facts is not disrespectful though. I can't, if it's the facts can't be deemed as disrespectful.
And even, let's not even say facts. Let's just say their opinion. Like say if somebody came up to you and was like, yo, I think Rory is a bad podcaster, which obviously we all know, impossible, one of the GOATs. But I wouldn't expect you to be like, yo, chill, fuck you. Like if somebody said it to you and you talk to them, I wouldn't really care because that's not disrespectful. That's just their opinion. They don't think I'm a good podcaster. They ran into someone on the podcast and said, yo, I don't really think he's a good podcaster. Okay, cool.
It also depends on how you deliver that information because my reaction to that information, let's say if my sister called me and say, yo, I'm listening to the podcast, Rory sucks. Like, I'll listen to her critique, right? But if a stranger on the street walks by while I'm walking away, be like, yo, let a pop, but Rory's trash. I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna say, yo, suck my dick. Like, it's gonna be, it depends on how you say things and who's saying it and where you're saying it. So.
I'm just, I don't know. Again, I'm on the opposite side of all of that shit. I don't, if somebody says something disrespectful, like disrespectful is like, again, making it an attack on personal shit. Like, oh, I don't like Rory's face. Like, you should like darken the light on his face or something like that.
That's a valid critique.
Yeah, but again, coming from somebody, I would be like, yo, what's up with you, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Chill out. But I don't know. I'm just not, I don't think that it would be a confrontation though. I would look at them and most times I just look at people like they're crazy anyway and just stare at them. I give them that blank stare like, I didn't ask you for that, but thank you anyway. Like, all right, cool. So I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I don't get into that, but I do understand how people, you know, can cross the line of critique and disrespect. It's a fine line, especially if you don't know what you're talking about. And, you know, if you're speaking to the facts, which is what people should always do anyway, is kind of lean more towards facts instead of gossip, then I think, you know, everybody should be able to, you know, listen and take things into account. Like, okay, maybe I was wrong. I could see why you say that. But if it's just gossip and lies and, you know, bullshit that people are speaking to, that's when disrespect comes in and it's just like, all right, that conversation is going to go left.
Nothing is more awkward. Like the scenario that Demaris brought up, like if you're passing a listener and they'll say something. Have you ever been in like a TSA line or something that's not moving? And,
you can't escape.
And you're right, like next to the person and they'll be like, yo, what's up with Maul and Drake, man? Yo, Kendrick, this and that. And you're like, haha, cool. And then you just now have to sit there in silence knowing this person is just staring at you, wanting to talk about a show.
It's the worst fucking thing in the world. The airport is always the worst place to see like listeners or fans.
And it's not even like I would be upset. I would talk to them. That shit just gives me wild anxiety now that I'm just sitting in this TSA line and there's someone next to me that just talked about the show and wants to continue talking, and I don't want to.
Yeah, but you can't say that because if somebody in the TSA line talk to you about anything, you're going to be awkward about it.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
You don't talk to people.
For sure, but now like the show is like not a closed conversation. Like we could keep talking about the show, but I'm clearly showing I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's not like a, hey, can you pass a bin situation. Yeah. It's like you really want to talk to me about how Kendrick beat Drake and I just don't care.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, I understand that.
I mean, I appreciate when people show support, but not when we're getting into criticizing and topics. Like let's just get through pre-check the fastest we can.
I'm glad you reminded me that mom said that about me. Next time I see her, I'm gonna tell her keep my name out her mouth. I'm pressing your mom. I should have pressed her in Chicago. We bumped into each other in the elevator. I didn't even know she was there at the hotel. I should have pressed her right there. Like, yo, keep my name. Matter of fact, nah, get on the next elevator. You can't rob me.
You say that, but what happens if she stalled off on you like Solange?
I ain't gonna lie.
You don't know my mom's elevator game?
I'm respecting that. I'm like, yo, Rory, your mom just popped on me in the elevator.
What if my mom played corners and you were the fifth person?
I can see your mom playing corners growing up. I can definitely see her getting down in the elevator, punching a girl in the face. Absolutely, I can see that. Shout out to moms. Moms, I'm not gay. Love you.
That's wow. But I mean, to close this, in my younger years, which I mean, Peach can attest to as well, I didn't take criticism of my friends very well. And I tended to always be the person that would go out on a limb and be the one to confront everything, which then ended up like making me the asshole at the end of the day. And then you see friends get back cool with somebody you have an issue with, but you're always the person that has to go confront everything. And yeah, it's exhausting.
In your personal life, how do you tell one of your close friends that they shouldn't be friends with somebody?
Like that.
But like, you can't say it like that because they don't they're not receptive to that. They kind of like, they just hear you, but they pay it no mind. Like, how do you do that? How do you have, like, sit your friend down, like, yo, why are you cool with this person?
Maybe it's a mid-30s thing at this point. They're an adult. Like, I can express how I feel about the situation and why I don't think that person is a good friend to you. But that's your choice, man. You're an adult. I'm not gonna sit here and harp or continue this conversation. I said what I said because I care about you. If you don't listen, I don't take it as disrespect, but I'm just not gonna sit around all day and tell you how this person is bad. You are a grown human being that can make decisions on your own. Agreed. I said my piece, and whatever happens, I'll still be here as your friend. I may give you a little "I told you so" under my breath, but
I love that.
Oh no, that's
first of all, you may give a little "I told you so." That's your favorite. If I had a fucking penny for how many "I told you so,"
then maybe you should listen to me more.
We wouldn't need this fucking deal. Like every
doesn't
5
seem like I'm
seconds,
the issue here.
It's I told you so. I told you that wasn't your friend. I told you that wasn't your friend. Every 5 seconds.
I mean, it's helpful to have somebody from the outside looking in, third party viewing a friendship. Because I've had friendships I thought were real, ended up not being real multiple times. I've been a bad judge of character multiple times. Sometimes you need that friend that's not in that situation to just look at the facts of what's going on and go, no, this is not a good situation for you.
How many stories are you the villain in?
Probably a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not like, I don't think anything like egregious, but yeah, probably.
Do you care to like clear it up or you just let it be?
Again, mid-30s stuff, I do care less about clearing things up, like at all.
I'm only asking you.
Kind of not at all, to be quite honest.
No, I'm only asking you because I've been through like that phase already that you're now in. It's just like,
it's relieving, like, of not even caring. I went through a very, very weird phase. Started the way most people are, pretty much everyone in the beginning, of trying to clear up everything. Your reputation means the most. Like, this is it. That's really your stock is what your reputation and what people think of you. Yeah. Then I got to the point of not caring to clear it up, but it still bothered me. Okay. So I was carrying the weight and the anxiety of it, but I was still like, no, I'm not taking the energy to go clear it up. Now I'm at the phase that I do not care. You can think whatever the fuck I'm not even gonna clear it up. Yeah. Matter of fact, keep telling the story.
Yeah. Man, I want to hear where it goes. Let me hear how creative you are. Like, yeah, keep the story going.
And what's funny is sometimes when you don't clear shit up and they continue with the narrative, everyone starts to see how the narrative changed. The story they had originally keeps having different factors.
Now, me and you been through that. And you used to tell me all the time, I'm like, dog, but I don't care. And you used to be like, no, but we have to address things because narratives get created. I'm like,
and I swear that was a general statement, by the way. That was, there's been multiple times that this happened to me, even currently.
Absolutely.
But yes, you are definitely have said that and can say I told you so.
Oh yeah.
To me.
Oh my God.
With plenty of times. It's like, bro, just let that stop trying to fix.
You can't. Just let things be, man. Just let things be. But hopefully LeBron James, man, listen, man, hopefully Bronny plays well. Again, I think that he should be in the D League because he's been playing really well in not the D League, G League. He's been playing really well in the G League. And I think that's great for him. He needs to be in game situations, getting some real bump underneath his, his belt and just, developing his skills, man. There's nothing wrong with developing. I think that, obviously we got the moment that we probably will never see again with NBA son and dad on the court together. But now it's time for Bronny to really develop and hone his skills and become a solid NBA player, which I think he has the talent to do that. He just needs to.
Man, they got
develop.
Luka was a missing piece. Bronny will be back on the regular team. He just needed someone on the wing, and Bronny's an all-star. He just needed Luka. That's all.
He need a little more than that. Just a little more. Luka's a great piece for the team, but Bronny himself as the player, I think that he will have time to develop and get better, and I think that he will be a solid NBA player.
Before we get to this Doechii topic, I will quickly ask: is Stephen A. and Skip the best sports duo in media history?
Nah.
Is First Take the best sports debate show, I guess, if you will?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, we have to give respect to Around the Horn. Mm-hmm. Pardon the Interruption is one of my favorite sports shows ever, but I just don't know if there was ever a better time than Stephen A. Smith and Skip.
Nah, that was like the golden.
It replaced SportsCenter.
Yeah.
Like SportsCenter came on at 10.
Yeah.
When it used to come on at fucking 6.
Yeah, no, what Stephen A. and Skip were able to do with First Take, they brought in culture to sports, and they just magnified, the debate level. And I think they kind of birthed a lot of debate platforms because of what they were able to do. But they were special. That what they were able to do in Bill was, I don't think we'll ever see something like that on a major network again. Like they were legendary with what they did.
Speaking of duos, I want Miss Milan, shout out to Miss Milan, friend of the show, and Doechii to have their own show together because I love watching the timeline go to fucking shambles over absolutely nothing.
So I saw that. Doechii made a comment. Was it Hot Ones?
Yeah. There's different forms of Hot Ones. It's not always Sean and a guest. Like they'll play games and shit. I saw everyone saying they're like, oh, she couldn't even get the real one. I was like, no, they've done this before.
Yeah.
Obviously Miss Milan is her DJ and they're really, really close friends. So she did it with her and they were asking each other questions and Miss Milan asked, or whatever the topic was, the biggest red flag in dating. And Doechii had put straight men as her biggest red flag.
Okay, and that threw the socials up in
shambles.
Yeah,
the amount of think pieces from men that have never thought made me laugh all fucking day. The think pieces were absolutely fucking insane. Why do people care so much about a joke? And I told Demaris I was going to come in here, and I'm already prepared to be the pick me here, even though I truly believe this and don't see the big fucking deal. She made a fucking joke.
Yeah,
straight men, ha ha ha. She's also queer, right?
Yes.
So yeah, that would be a red flag. In dating, I'll tell you this, a gay man would be a red flag for me. Not because he's a gay man, but in dating, I don't date gay men.
Wait.
So that would be a red flag for me.
Wait, Doechii's gay?
She's queer. So she...
What does that mean?
Dates probably everyone. And she dates anything, if I'm not mistaken. That's her sexuality. I'll have to double check on that, but she is a queer woman.
Why are you looking at me like that? Queer that's not a new thing. That's not one of these new adjectives that we added yesterday. Queer has been around for quite some time.
That's the Q in LGBTQ.
Yes.
Yes. So it says that she's openly bisexual, which would mean that you're a queer or you're queer.
Okay, so she's bisexual.
Yes.
She dates men and women.
Yes.
But it's just the way Demaris framed it. She said she dates anything. I just didn't know what that meant.
Well, isn't there actually a sexuality that dates, like they would date this table if they...
I don't...
no, I'm dead ass. There's something like, whatever the opposite of asexual, the people that don't have sex at all, there is somebody that would like, they'll date whatever they're feeling that day. It may be a girl, it may be a side table, maybe a couch, but like that's their person for the day. A dog.
I don't pay bullshit like that. I don't pay attention to, but
to me that is some type of version of statutory rape.
I'm just trying to understand because
who said the dog wanted to be dated?
Yeah, like I'm just trying to understand. So Doechii is queer, she's bisexual,
and that dog is underage.
Right. So yes, I saw this. I saw when Doechii said what she said, and I laughed at it. I didn't take much into it, but I did see people posting and saying like, oh, she's pushing the agenda. She's Grammy winner now. Now this is what they have her doing. They programmed her to push it. I think everybody's just bored.
100%.
I think people are bored and people are looking. Everybody has victim mentality. Everybody wants to be a victim. Everybody feels like they're a victim. I just think everybody needs to relax, enjoy life, live your life, mind your business, have your fun, and do the things that you like to do. I just don't think that it's that serious if Doechii says straight men are a red flag. I would laugh,
dating, yeah.
I would laugh at that as well. That's not.
And then all of a sudden, this brings in the group I hate the most, the preference police.
Yeah.
If she would have said, if a guy got up there and said that a red flag for him is Latino women, he would be canceled. I'm like, I don't understand how you can tie those two things together at all. And like they thought they was like really landing points of like why men are under attack because a man couldn't make this joke or he would be canceled. Okay, even if I agree with you, so? I believe in double standards. This world is full of double standards.
Absolutely. I love double standards.
Plenty of men have come and said that bisexual women are red flags to them. That's a regular thing. They say that all the time.
Maul has had some skeptical shit of dating bisexual women, and we've had that conversation. If I walked in on my girl fucking another girl, I'd be fine with it. And he was like, no, that's not cool. So yeah, that's a normal thing for someone to think.
Yeah, I don't.
And again, I also think that she was joking. And even if she wasn't joking, as a bisexual woman, a lot of bisexual women prefer to date bisexual men because they understand a little bit better. So I don't blame her.
They're acting like she was across from Gayle King. She's with her friend on a show that is about jokes and hot wings. Like, Sean Evans asked, great question. One of the best platforms ever. Salute to him. But are we going to act like that show is not also about laughing at someone eating hot wings while they're trying to give an answer? It's a comedy-based show, even though Sean asked real questions.
Right.
It's humor. They lead to humor.
It's humor. Like, it's a lot of humor in that. But back to what Demaris.
He didn't ask Khaled about Palestine. He gave him a hot wing and he started crying, and then we started crying.
Yeah.
So
he said, now you know how Palestinians feel.
See.
My bad. I'm sorry. I went too far. I'm sorry. But back to what Demaris said. Bisexual women prefer...
No, I didn't say by all bisexual women. Some bisexual women might prefer bisexual men because they understand the queer experience a little bit more. And also, if I am around a lot of queer people, whether it's for work, which I'm sure she is, whether it's for work, whether it's for, that's the community that I have, straight men may not be as comfortable in those same communities as somebody who is also on the LGBTQ spectrum.
And also, fair point, but I think it's hilarious that we're trying to give a serious breakdown of a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Well, that's like what the world forced us to do that. Everybody was upset. Everybody was raging. I saw some protesters. I was like, oh, okay, well.
They said heterophobia is a real thing. People are afraid of straight people.
I'm afraid of some straight people.
Yeah, but not because they're straight.
No, not because
I'm generally afraid of people.
Yeah, I just don't like some people. Like it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know, man. Listen, man.
They were using that as an excuse. It's like the tie-ins of like,
why is everybody
she's pushing that agenda and she's also a plant. Like all of this just ties in. Like it's like Doechii is not a plant. Doechii has been putting out bangers for a while that people weren't like really paying attention to. Like, and she has talent. She's not a fucking plant.
No, I'm fucking with her since 2019. I've watched this whole entire thing, and she was very pro-queer in 2019 as well. Yeah. This isn't a new thing because she ate a hot wing.
Yeah.
Like,
or because she won a Grammy. Like, that's just who she's been.
And listen to her music of who and when she's dated. Mm-hmm. It's been all over the place. Like, this isn't a weird thing at all. Well, but then say after all of that, like, you know what? Straight men aren't for me.
Well, we had a conversation last week about the industry and when they push a button.
Okay.
And when they kind of put the...
Oh, no, I'm here to be objective. Just because I was a pick-me on the Doechii conversation, don't think this is going to be... I support that young lady. I think she's incredibly talented.
No, we support Doechii over here, for sure.
You can continue.
So it was some things hit the timeline over the weekend that I was just... putting on Rory's radar. So I saw some things. And I was like, sending it to Rory. I said,
you Ubered me to On the Radar?
I had to, I was like, yo, this is the button that I'm telling you about. When you see Doechii, now taking pictures with Pharrell, it's like, okay. They're in the same rooms now. They're, obviously the, fashion, we get that. Doechii just walked with, what was the line she just walked for? D Squared, I believe.
Yes.
She did that, looked great, looked incredible. Obviously, we know Pharrell's the creative director at Louis. So now her and Pharrell are in the same space. They're in the same room, take a picture together. They know what the talk is. Obviously, are we getting some music together? Doechii's a Grammy-winning artist now. Pharrell's a Grammy-winning producer and artist as well. Are we going to collab? Are we going to work together?
Okay, first of all, I don't think that's pushing the button whatsoever. Because again, we've watched Doechii for 5 years put in her work. Finally, she's starting to reap the benefits of that. TDE is doing what they're supposed to do as far as making sure this girl's in front of us at all times. Post-Grammy, I think being in that fashion line makes sense. And let's also not pretend like Pharrell has not worked with up-and-coming acts his entire career. Pharrell has never been one of those producers that's like, I only fuck with Hove. Pharrell will work with somebody we've never heard of. And not even if they're signed to him. Like, Pharrell is one of those producers. To see him with a new chick that could actually rap, that is a breath of fresh air based off a lot of stuff that we've heard, I don't think that's the industry pushing the button. I think that's Pharrell being Pharrell and Doechii being Doechii.
And also, did we see them together in a studio, or were they together in Paris at Fashion Week?
No, Maul was saying, that question came up. When they posted that photo, it wasn't for the fashion shit. They knew all those comments would be
it's music. It's music.
For sure.
So now my thing with the whole button thing was, and I don't particularly care about numbers. I don't know what sells what, but obviously that's a talking point here. So Doechii wins Best Rap Album. When Doechii's album came out, she did what, 11,000 her first week?
Here's where I won't give you pushback on the button thing. I think you can make a huge case to question what the Grammys do to decide. I know they have the committee, everyone votes.
This is why I'm going back. This is why I'm going back to the Grammy. You do 11,000 your first week. Again, I don't care about numbers. I thought the album was good. She had some good joints on there. Happy for her. We support her. But now you go, you win the Grammy. We all know once you are you don't even have to win a Grammy. Once you're a Grammy nominated artist, different things start to open up.
It's right in the bio.
But when they give you right, but when they give you the Grammy, you have to understand that there are other things. It's not just the Grammy. A whole other lane and world is now available to you, opens up to you. And to me, that is what I call the button. Now, 11,000, not the greatest numbers, but who cares when a product is dope?
I mean,
well, it's over 200,000
now she's smoking with because they got her in front of so many eyes.
Again, so the numbers are going to go where they're going to go because I'm a Grammy winning artist.
Well, so let's not just paint that, because even before, yes, the Grammys obviously is going to skyrocket.
You win a Grammy, everything goes up.
Yes, but the numbers were going up already before the Grammys, because now first week numbers don't really matter. It matters. The big artists are arguing about it and the fan base are arguing about it. But we've had this conversation where first week number doesn't matter. What are we doing on the back end? What are we doing that next week? And that next week after that, after this music video comes out, or I do this late night performance.
And again, I'm somebody, I don't really care about numbers. I tell you all the time, I don't know what albums that I like. So I don't know what they sold.
And even with the industry and TDE and Universal doing what they're supposed to do as far as getting their artists in front of people, let's also not act like all of 2024, Doechii, with every performance, every festival, put together one of the best shows. Not only that, did every late night shit, did like 7 Denial is a River videos, did one with Issa, did a real one, did every live performance outlet. Like, she went and got herself in front of so many people and it resonated. So that's where the post numbers are coming from. Of course, the Grammy helps from there. But let's not act like we didn't watch her on video put in all this work. Anytime she got an opportunity, she over-delivered. Tyler wanted her on the album, was one of the best albums of last year, most anticipated, smoked her verse, went out of control. And the industry's not pushing a button for Tyler to go, well, if you guys want it, I'll put her on my album then. Nah, Tyler thought she was dope, and she smoked him on that verse.
And that's why I came to, because I know what you were about to lean into with Lauryn Hill.
Oh, I'm going to get to that.
This is not a button push. Lauryn Hill doesn't do shit she doesn't want it. Lauryn Hill doesn't show up to her own shows.
I agree with you, and I wasn't going to say the industry pushed this button.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, is it deserving?
What do you mean, is it deserve? Her being on stage with Lauryn Hill, the only person that could decide whether she deserves that or not is Lauryn Hill.
Of course. And I love that Lauryn Hill loves Doechii. I think it was an incredible look. I could never imagine, if Lauryn Hill wanted me to go pick up her laundry, I would go do it. I'm not here to shit on Doechii in that regard. I think that's great. But back to the legends thing, when we talk about superstars, megastars, I'm talking about just straight legends. I feel like maybe you need to put in a little bit more work as far as proof to stand next to certain people.
Yeah, but don't do that.
I feel like
don't do that, because when it happened for Cardi, everybody was happy.
When
it happened for Cardi, everybody was happy, praising all this shit.
Wait, Lauren brought Cardi out?
No, I'm not saying Lauren. She may have. I don't know.
What legend has Cardi ever stood? I can understand if you say that with Beyonce and Megan, but what legend has Cardi ever stood next to on stage with that like kind of like gave her like that stamp?
Oh, I mean, it's been so many years since Cardi's been lit. I'm pretty sure one of these legends have had her on stage at some point, had her at their concert, like somebody.
But this was a moment, and I understand also the connection. It's just Cardi, Lauren, and Doechii that have rap album of the year
Female.
Yes. So yeah, I see that connection there, and I see what Doechii represents, even as the image that's out there, connections with Lauren. I get it. I'm just saying, from a music standpoint, Alligator Mixtape is fire. I just don't know if that solidifies you to stand on stage with somebody that doesn't do shit and has that type of status. Like, of course, Lauren gets to decide that, but come on.
Yeah, but when you're all in the same, it's only, like you said, Cardi, Lauren, and Doechii to have that best rap album as a Grammy. I mean, it's a small club.
And I know I sound like I'm hating. I liked the moment. I loved her doing the second verse, but just the hip hop nerd in me, which is sometimes a bad thing, is looking at that like, all right, man. Like, do you know what Nicki Minaj had to do to get on that song with Beyonce?
Right. No, I get it.
You know what solidified, like, and we've talked, even we've had conversations with Jay and behind closed doors, certain people and other legends don't look at it disrespectfully. Like, I know what I put in to get to this point. Not anyone can just stand next to me. Like,
right.
This is solidified for a different type of person. I mean, granted, if they're signed to you, then you get a look, but that's a button.
Yeah.
But just anybody, nah, that's a different type of thing.
And I'm not mad at the button being pushed.
Of course not.
Because I don't want that to
I don't think this is a button pushed. I think Lauren loves Doechii.
I just think that it's cool to recognize when the button was pushed. Like,
but we haven't acknowledged when a button was pushed for, like, we're talking around this, but when has a button been pushed for Doechii? When did the industry push a button on Doechii?
I think it was pushed Grammy night.
Pushing a button would initiate or signify that she didn't deserve her Grammy. Do you not think that she deserved her Grammy?
I'm not. See, and I think that's kind of like the negative tone that comes with the button being pushed, is that you say, oh, somebody doesn't deserve it. When I'm saying the button was pushed, it's not because an artist doesn't deserve it. When I say it, it's meaning like they've recognized that, okay, we like this artist. We think that this artist has a good thing here, good talent. Let's magnify this. Let's amplify this. Let's make sure we get this out to as much people that may not know about this artist as possible, because we think that this is dope. That's what I mean when I say the button was pushed. Meaning, like, now everything is getting ready to go up. Like, okay, cool, we like her, boom, send her up. Or boom, we like him, send him up. Like, that to me is what the button is. But not saying the artist doesn't deserve it and is not talented. I don't want that to be the tone that I'm pushing. I'm just saying that we know when the artist is like, okay, we see them at SOBs, we see them at these smaller venues, and then it's like something happens to where it's now like, yo, they just sold out fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but it goes back to our original Grammy, post-Grammy episode, when we were like, we don't really understand if it's numbers, what it is, but if they're gonna go this route, at least they did get it right. Like,
yeah,
if there was some type of shit behind the scenes where TDE did pay or whatever the fuck, all right, they got it right though. Like, it wasn't like there was a bullshit album that sold 11,000 copies and won.
Right.
There is still matching with talent level and music here. Yeah. So at that point, I kind of stopped caring. It's more so like the Lauren stuff with my nerdy brain that I'm like, okay, that's a look. Like,
absolutely.
Fuck a Grammy. Lauryn Hill brought you on stage. How many people on earth can say that?
Yeah, but why are you so surprised by that?
Praz can't even say that.
But why are you so surprised by that when she's in a very small club with Lauryn Hill now? It's only Lauren and Cardi that have best rap album as female rappers.
And on top of that, the type of female rap that Doechii does is like the type of shit that Lauryn Hill would want out. Granted, Doechii does, people get it misconstrued. Doechii does rap about a bunch of degenerate shit. But she does it in a way where you don't hear pussy, 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 pussy every 5 seconds, which I'm sure Lauren, as an MC, has been waiting.
That was a hit.
Lauren has been waiting to hear somebody like that. Like, acknowledging Nicki, you don't have a choice but to acknowledge Nicki, because Nicki put the work in over time.
Nicki's
and she showed her versatility. Nicki has a lot of pussy rap.
Oh, no,
not
for sure.
all pussy rap, no, but she has a lot of it. Yeah. And also, Nicki was very sexualized throughout her career. That's not something that hid. Nicki was the one that made the big fake butt a thing. So she has she was very sexualized in her career. But
there's videos of Lauren and Nicki together backstage when she was bowing down, which Yeah, I get it. That was excessive, but I get it.
What I was saying is it took Nicki a long time to get to that spot. When we're talking about why Doechii might have gotten there faster, I think Lauryn Hill might identify with Doechii a little bit more. I don't think it's just because of the Grammy. Too. I think Lauryn really likes her and likes her music. I think that's what it is. So when it comes to that, when it comes to a cosign, no matter how legendary the person is, you can't really take that away or say they're not deserving of that, because no matter who I am, I'm a legend, whatever, I say that I like this artist and I want more people to listen to this artist. That's what a cosign is. That's like if somebody would have said that Sierra didn't deserve her Janet cosign at the time. Like it. Yeah. Or Megan didn't deserve her Beyonce cosign.
No, I get it. I did see a lot of people saying it was similar to when Game, Snoop, and I forgot what other West Coast artists were there, gave Kendrick, passed the torch to him, like in LA, that whole, and everyone was like, oh, he only had Section 80 out at that time. While I agree, I don't think they're comparable. Section 80, and no disrespect to Alligator 2, I think I had it at number 1 of my favorite rap album last year. Section 80
is Freddie at number 1.
Freddie, yeah. Section 80 is Section 80. Like, that was a moment.
And they're also from
we
the
knew
same
solidified at that point Kendrick Lamar was different. And this guy wasn't going anywhere. I'm not saying Doechii's going to go anywhere. I hope she stays. I can't wait to see her growth. But that to me was way different. And even then I was like, damn, that was quick. Snoop and Game co-signed off your first tape?
Yeah.
I mean, technically the one that broke. Yeah, I thought that was even a little crazy. So I was pulled up this Nas shit because this is kind of what I was talking about. This was on Hip Hop is Dead. 8 years in the game. I'm sorry. When you're 4 years in the game, we can have a conversation. 8 years in the game, I invite you on vacation. 10 years in the game after I enjoy my fame, only then I'll even let you pick my brain.
Right.
Like you have to be 4 albums in to even talk to me.
Yeah. But I understand. I respect that though.
But I get that. And again, this is
totally respect
but this
that.
is the type of music and point of view that I grew up on as far as how rappers did their co-signing, or like even being around, like, yeah, he nice, but he can't be next to me yet. He has to prove a lot more to even get in this realm.
But we spoke about that. Like it's a real thing when it's like, yo, like you gotta prove that you're gonna be here a while. Like we talked about the average lifespan of a rapper being what, a year, 2 years?
Yeah, if that now.
So like you think somebody like Nas is gonna open up his bandwidth and his fucking, IP to somebody that's only gonna be around for like 18 months and give them like, it's like, no, you got to prove that, one, you respect this culture. One, you're going to add to it and enhance it and help grow it and push it forward. And then you can sit down and kick it and be like, yo, like, so Nas, like when you did it, it's like that's a rite of passage to people that care about this culture, that, they know that they have to protect it and they have to, leave it in better hands than they found it. So to a lot of these rappers, yeah, you don't get to sit down and kick it and talk to certain people unless you prove that, yo, I'm in this for the right reasons. I'm in here to enhance this. I'm in here to grow this. I'm in here to push this. And I'm dope and I'm talented. And I'm not just some person that just caught a record and went viral. And now I think that it's like, no, that don't go like that.
I hear that. And if we were talking about, like you said, with Nas, that makes sense. We can't really have that conversation in regards to Lauryn Hill, because everything that you just described, why do I have to prove that I'm gonna be here for a while when you ain't proved that you're gonna be here for a while? You had one classic album and got up out of here. I'm not, and that's not me disrespecting Lauryn Hill, but Lauryn Hill had that's well known. She had one solo album, amazing album, legendary album, and then dipped. So why would I have to prove to you that I'm gonna be here for 10 years when you didn't do that?
Okay, in this hypothetical, Lauryn Hill is still Lauryn Hill, and even though she hasn't put out music, she's still Lauryn Hill. And if she wanted to actually go and
that one album is better than people's entire catalogs.
For sure. No, for sure. I agree with you, but I'm just saying, like, longevity. So does quality matter or does longevity matter?
But both.
All right, let's also like not pretend like there's not a Fugees catalog.
For sure.
Like, I understand Blend Love Reality is probably not everyone's go-to, but let's not act like the score doesn't exist and who carried that motherfucking album right into Miseducation. And I know you guys clown me for this. I think her unplugged performance of completely original music is a classic fucking album.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's amazing.
So yeah, I get the critique, but that's Lauryn Hill. If she wanted to go and fucking sell at Barclays tomorrow, she's doing it.
I agree.
Now, we're saying all this. Who really earned their spot and who Lauryn Hill should have brought out? Bad Baby.
Let me tell you something that would never happen. Bad Baby will never touch the stage with Lauryn Hill. Would never happen.
Alabama would have some problems.
Shout out to Doechii though. Foggy Raw too. Foggy Raw popped out on that show with Lauryn as well.
Oh, dope.
Another artist that I really fuck with. So shout out to them, man.
Fire.
And Lauryn Hill for bringing them out and sharing the stage with some up and coming and pretty dope talent.
So you don't think Bad Baby was snubbed at the Lauryn Hill performance?
No, she's not snubbed at all.
She couldn't have premiered her new disc record?
Nah, she will never ever touch the stage with the likes of a Lauryn Hill. Love the disc record. Love what she's doing in that world though.
Listen, for those that don't know, that aren't on Patreon, our episode that came out yesterday, we played and got Maul up to speed on the Bad Baby Alabama. What's her last name? She put Barker there? Okay. Wasn't sure if she had a different name. She didn't want to be a Nepo baby. Alabama Barker beef. And over the weekend, after Maul heard all of those flames, all of that gas, that kerosene, that ether, shit that makes you burn, you fucking can't even speak.
93 unleaded. Yes. She got that 93 form.
Makes your soul burn slow.
Yeah.
Bad Baby said, oh, you taking way too much time. And teased a 20-second snippet of her. This would be the fourth disc at this point? Third?
This would be the third. Mm-hmm.
You know I love Blink-182. I love the Barkers, but
it's looking. I blame 182 shots. You the cry, baby. You calling Ye about the last disc that I dropped. You keep running back to your daddy. I don't know when I last seen my pop. I just killed you.
First of all.
Wait. You say you keep running back to your daddy. I don't know when the last time I seen my pops. Oh, she talking gangster. Now she done tapped into a whole different type of, you know what I'm saying? With that talk. She going to a whole different fan base.
Meet the Barkers.
Yeah. She going to a whole...
Barkers,
that's coming.
She getting
that psychological shit.
And she got the Alabama Barker lookalike in the video.
Last one still hot. All the whips you seen in my last video.
She said she was licked 182 shots.
You posting up Big Mama like she with you. Bitch, you weird. Miss Piggy used to be fat before the Ozempic. Use a bop.
Yo.
Use a bop.
Yo.
This is why I don't fuck with y'all, because now y'all got me invested in this type of bullshit. Now y'all got me looking for the Bad Baby Alabama Barker. Like y'all got me about to jump into that part of the social world. Now
you didn't see the group chat yesterday? Me, Demaris, and Peach have our notifications on. Like we're waiting for this. This snippet was too crazy. I need to know the moment this shit drops. I'll go, when they do the countdown for premieres, I'll be in her super chat. I
don't know if Bad Baby is writing this, but she's delivering the hell out of this. Like she sounds.
I don't even know why you would question her pen.
I mean, she sounds very comfortable. I have to believe that she's writing it because she sounds very comfortable rapping and like really delivering these bars. Like she's talking spicy on this shit.
You keep running back to your daddy. I don't know when I last seen my pops. It's crazy as fuck. When I heard that shit, my bitch said,
and she's saying it like it's a bad thing to see your pops. Like you keep running back. I don't know when the last time I seen. That's not a. Like
I was sitting next to my dad when I listened to this.
Yeah, that's not like a good. Like I don't Bad Baby. You shouldn't be like saying it like it's a bad thing that somebody sees their dad. Like
she said, I blink and then 182 shots.
Travis might
different type of drum.
No, Travis might be on the clock now.
Different type of drum, yo.
That was her
crazy.
Pen. That's how I
didn't even catch it.
But Travis might be on the clock now. He might have to get in this. Nah,
he can't LeBron the situation.
He talking about.
Was he gonna do a drum solo about her?
She talking about Blink-182.
Okay, see now because we talked about this on Patreon.
Metro got in and made a beat. He said I can't rap, but he made a beat. Travis might have to get, you know what I mean? Like, he gonna have to do something.
And we did talk on Patreon, subscribe now.
Because Alabama getting washed right now. Let's just keep it a beat.
Oh, yeah, this is rough.
Alabama's getting
Travis
washed.
needs to start acting like LeBron and fucking confront some of these people.
Keep my daughter's name out your fucking mouth. Like, he gotta run down on Bad Baby. He like, yo, keep my daughter's name out your fucking mouth.
Bad Baby being Stephen A. in this is hilarious.
Yeah, like real talk, man.
But Demaris does make a good point because we were saying, Travis is gonna stay out of this. Like, that's his daughter's business, whatever. I mean, they said your name.
Yeah,
what's the lead singer and the bass player? You guys on the clock too.
Blink-182?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they all got to get back in.
No, because she didn't.
What's my age again?
She just said I blink and it's 182 shots. Like that's not a diss. That's just an entendre.
But don't put me in your entendres though. That's when I'm at if I'm Travis Barker. Don't even make me a party. I'm not playing this game with y'all.
Nah, because
I got the drum. The kit is right here in the garage. Like, don't play with me. I'll start going crazy.
This is past the kit. This is a different type of kit. But now you have to stay consistent because after the Like That verse, when Kendrick didn't say anyone's name, he just said it's Big Me and then did the K9 for all the dog shit. You said they got to reply.
That entire.
So yes, Bad Baby did high level elite rapping entendres, but it did say Blink-182 in that bar. Just because it was some shit that was, like cannabis level, doesn't mean that she didn't say anyone's name. She said Blink-182. It's on the clock. All three of them.
I mean, I'm just, thank y'all for, making me aware of this situation. But I hate that I'm like really looking forward to like these rhymes and these late songs now. Like I'm really waiting to hear what I'm mad she just teasing us with this little 20 clip that she just gave us. Nah, drop the record. I want to hear what you say, because if that's the bar, I don't know when the last time I seen my pops. Oh, all right, man.
Listen.
All right, man. We dealing with somebody that don't care what's they like. I'm letting y'all know everything.
You thought she cared?
Yeah, like she don't.
Have you seen her on Dr. Phil?
She don't care about shit.
Yeah. Man. If you want to know what we're talking about, if you're completely lost right now, please sign up for the supervisor level of Patreon, where we break the beef down. We do lyrical breakdowns, like everything. We really get into it. Somebody got popped over this. Like, it's real.
Greatest beef of all time.
Doing a lyrical breakdown on Bad Baby and Alabama Barker is so fucking crazy. Look what y'all got me in here doing.
And we've been wrong a lot with these rap battles. We even said with the Drake and Kendrick, this would be cool to just stay on wax, and that went off the rails. Kanye already cleared a sample for Bad Baby. I think Travis is now going to get involved because just Code of the Streets said your name. You have to be there. Wait till Kanye West show up in her video. Wait till we get a Bad Baby Kanye West EP.
Now, Kanye already came out and put out his statement. Kanye said, I don't know. I just cleared the record. I do not have a verse that is false, because it was rumors going on that Kanye had a verse on Bad Baby's song. And he was like, I do not have a verse. I just got off the phone with Travis Barker and I have nothing to do with this.
I can think of one person on earth that has a Kanye West sample. I think it's J. Cole on Workout.
Yeah,
which was also sampled by something. Who has a Kanye West sample?
I was about to say that's real.
So many fucking samples. He knew exactly what the fuck.
The fact that he cleared that is crazy.
He just thought it was a song. No, you didn't. You knew what time it was.
I can't believe Kanye cleared that sample for
Kanye. Why? Because Kanye heard that shit and was like, "Nah,
he doesn't clear samples."
I'm saying this is deeper than rap.
No, I understand what you're saying now, but that's why I'm just like, just that alone is like, Kanye really cleared a sample for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
There's children involved.
Yeah.
This is deeper than rap.
Yeah, I get it. No, I get it now.
But yeah, y'all can check that out on Patreon. Unfortunately,
when Bad Baby get his kids back, then what?
When Bad Baby get his kids?
Get Kanye's
kids. Shut up, stupid.
I mean, he put it on us and we didn't do it, so I feel like she owes him. Bad
Baby's house was targeted by gunmen. After
we're not keeping it rap no more.
Now we done moved it to something else.
Yeah.
Just that fast. Yeah. Her house has been targeted by gunmen. Like, all right, man.
Mm-hmm. That 3 gunmen attempted to enter her home in Los Angeles just minutes after her baby father got to the house.
Okay. I've known nothing about her baby father. Also, one of my favorite parts of Patreon was breaking down that legend. But you have to subscribe to hear that. That's the motherfucking GOAT, is their baby father.
Yeah, but I mean,
what's his name? Lamar?
Levon.
Yeah, so, but now they after he obviously he's into some shit that we know nothing about.
I don't think this has anything to do. We joked about the rap battle being involved with the shooting, but I think her baby father is
he's
in over his head on something currently, and they are not happy about it.
Yeah.
So I don't think. Oh, you don't think Bama was sending the goons?
No, I think that Bad Baby should stay away from whoever this dude is, because he obviously got some shit going on that is now coming to her home. So
yeah, where their child is at.
Yeah, we don't want to see any of that shit. So please, man, let's have jokes, let's have fun, listen to some raps, break down some bars, laugh, but we don't want to open our phones and see that something happened to anybody, especially not Bad Baby. Like that would just be absolutely fucking crazy.
No, of course not.
Well, other new music came out. Before we move into our next topic, we had predictions about the Gelo and Glorilla. Stop looking at me and laughing. What the fuck is funny, yo?
I'm laughing at myself.
We had predictions about the Gelo.
I still didn't hear this record, so y'all take it away.
Have you heard Tweaker?
Yes.
All right, you don't need to hear it.
Okay.
No, I won't even say that because I like Tweaker. Y'all know I've been a big Tweaker advocate.
I like it too.
Tweaker was good. This is not good.
It's a diet tweaker.
Oh, y'all saying y'all not jacking it? Because when we heard this was coming out, y'all was like, oh, this gonna be...
That's why I said I'm laughing at myself.
He got Glorilla on it. This gonna be...
That's what I thought.
And now the shit fell flat.
Oh, I was completely wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I was laughing. I came in here on Thursday. Trash. It's on record. I said, this is a certified hit. There's no way Glorilla got on this Gelo shit if it wasn't something that was proven.
You see, Peach, this is shit I don't like about them.
Oh, apologizing, taking accountability?
No, not that. Thank you for the apology. Not that. Not that. Because
owing you an apology about a Gelo song is hilarious.
How on one hand can he say, oh, you didn't hear it? You heard Tweaker, right? So basically it's the same record. How is this trash, but then Tweaker ain't trash?
It's a shittier version of Tweaker that we didn't need.
Man, both of them records is fucking terrible. I ain't even hear this record, and I know it's trash.
Yes,
it was a waste of a good Glorilla verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
Take her vocals and put that somewhere else.
Always trying to chase a viral moment. You went viral with the Tweaker shit. But me as a music head, a music fan, I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh, this is Chat GPT, Cash Money, Hot Boys. This is...
that's what they did again.
Yeah, I'm like,
on this one, just at a way shittier clip.
Then when I seen them at All-Star Weekend, we seen them perform, it's like, fam, just go sit down. You still trying to chase this viral moment. We get it, the Gelo, the Ball Brothers, NBA, All-Star Weekend, they trying to tie all of that in. I get it, but I'm a music fan, bro. This is... You're disrespecting the ecosystem of hip-hop with this bullshit. Go sit down. You went viral. Salute. Work on your game. Try to get back in the G League or something. Do that. This rap shit, stop, bro. It's very seldom that ball players are great rappers. Shout out to Dame Dollar. Shout out to Shaq. Even Kobe, AI, those guys. You know, who's the guy, the kid, the Christian rapper in the NBA? What's his name? He went to Duke. Tall kid. I forgot his name.
Disciple Jeff.
Disciple Jeff? Who the fuck
It's a Patreon callback. It's a Patreon callback. Sorry.
I forgot his name.
My man's.
Marvin Bagley? Is it Bagley?
I don't even know.
I think he's Christian rap. You know, he tries to do his thing. You know what I mean? But it's like, just sit down, man. Gelo, sit down. I know they're trying to recoup that deal. Y'all saying that I wouldn't even press play on this record. I wouldn't even press play.
I don't really see. I think Tweaker's going to continue to play for a few more months. I don't know if this song is going to make any mix. I don't think we're going to.
So you don't see Gelo being on stage with Nas at Radio City in front of a full...
Well, I mean, I think it's deserving.
Yeah. You think,
I would hope it...
You think he made his bones already?
Unfortunately, January's passed, so we couldn't award him album of the year without one. But I think even if he doesn't have a rap album for next year's cycle, I think we should still give it to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, no surprise there. I knew that it would be trash because the first one is trash as far as I'm concerned, but y'all seemed to like it and had y'all little moment with it and made TikToks and all this other shit. Okay.
Yeah, we was tweaking.
It wasn't no TikToks. It's not no TikToks. There's not no TikToks to this one?
I'm sure Def Jam is going to put a dance together and pay influencers on TikTok to do it.
Okay.
But everyone does that.
All right.
Well, would y'all watch... I know y'all don't want to see Gelo. Would y'all want to watch Antonio Brown perform?
Put that shit on.
What?
That record to me is better than Tweaker. Antonio Brown record is better than Tweaker. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about.
Okay. Which version?
Wait, he got versions?
Let me see like how deep of a music head you are with AB. The live version with the DJ doing the ad-libs in the back is the one.
That was hard.
That's like if you're a real music head, that's the version you listen to.
Yeah.
Like the Day 26, I Want You, for real ballad, like the ballad live performance. That's the one we listen to. We don't listen to the album version.
Got you.
So if you're a real AB fan and you really into this CTE shit and live and die by it, you only listen to the live DJ version.
And you got to have a concussion to really enjoy it. You say like you had to have had a concussion at some point in your life.
You know how they talk about like certain Pink Floyd songs or even certain like Beatles songs, Grateful Dead, Led Zeppelin, that you had to be on acid or be on a substance. It's good as is, but wait until you take this substance, run your head into a fucking wall and go listen to an AB tape. You'll see it a whole different experience. A whole different Pink Floyd, session. AB.
Yeah, it's the same
conversation.
Same conversation.
Dark side of your brain.
Right. I get it.
I was wanting to go to Firefest anyways.
You've been saying that. We've been saying that for a while.
Me and Justice are very, very serious about going.
With the
like
cool
just
pants?
as patrons, like just ticket paying people. We didn't even try to like reach out. We just want to go.
Well, it's supposed to be in Mexico, but the director of tourism for Isla Mujeres said that they have no knowledge of this event nor contact with any person or company about it.
See, y'all don't understand Billy's genius. This the rollout.
They don't have no knowledge.
They just planning fake stories.
Nah, they letting y'all know now. Don't come to Mexico mad when you niggas get bologna and cheese sandwiches again. That ain't got nothing to do with Mexico.
He said he continued to suggest that there are red flags all over the place, including the coordinates of the festival location on its website, which just lead to the ocean between Cancun and Isla Mujeres.
Yo, all right, I'm gonna put it this way.
That shit in the ocean?
It's gonna be a yacht party.
No disrespect to the locals of the Bahamas. I know they get it shaken as well. It's not just a vacation resort. Get shaken in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
If Billy starts fucking with the cartel, that's gonna be a different documentary. You could play a little bit and get out of the Bahamas quickly. It's close to Florida.
Yeah.
Dog. They are going to put Billy's head on a fucking stick in the middle of town.
Hey, Billy, check this out, man. We like the hustle. We respect it. I respect hustle, man. Do not go to Mexico with this shit playing games. If you're going to do this festival, do the festival. Because I, like Rory, I ain't gonna lie. If it looks like it's really going to happen, I would want to go just to see how y'all put it together, because I do think that, he had intentions on getting the first one. It just got out of hand, became a bigger, load than he thought. Pause. Now, you know what to expect. You should have everything in order to make this thing a real event. Don't go to Mexico playing with these people and have all these tourists come there and then it ain't no event and it's bologna sandwiches and styrofoam plates. Don't do that. Not this time around.
Do you follow Billy on Instagram?
No, Rory, I do not.
I don't, but he still makes my algorithms, like when he does videos about Firefest too. His parole board is going to have a conversation with him. He's learned nothing. He was not rehabilitated whatsoever. He's sitting there like, all the VIP cabana packs are done now, all sold out in 100 of them in 5 minutes. Like, dog, you learned nothing. And you don't even have a location.
He's doing all that, and the director of tourism is saying he has no knowledge of this. The coordinates are in the middle of the ocean.
And Billy just walking around the West Village, gloating.
Yeah, Billy boy, you on your way to jail again. You on your way. The director of tourism don't even know what's happening.
Is he even allowed to go out of the country? He's got to still be on parole.
Yeah,
it was a federal crime.
Yeah, that's a good
question. You
question.
can't leave the fucking country.
How long ago was that though? He might be good now.
He got out post-COVID though. He was in during COVID.
Yeah, like 2 years. He been out for like 2 years.
Yeah, so he probably good. He probably not on restriction no more. He probably done.
Nah. I feel like the only setback with those like white collar crimes where they go to a resort, I feel like you're just on probation forever because you don't really get any years.
But then also, like, it's technically, if it's for work, does it
like, you think Jordan Belfort's still not on? Like, you think he can still trade?
No. Let me tell you what Jordan Belfort can't do. He can never trade a stock again in his life. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't know if Billy can just run out there without some parole officer saying it's okay.
Well, let's plan a trip to Mexico, whether it happens or whether it's not. We cover it.
When is that? May 30th? They said?
From May 30th to June something, if I'm not mistaken.
This sounds bad. This don't feel like nothing is happening.
Yo.
We ain't seen a picture, a flyer.
Do y'all know how close May 30th is?
Yeah. That's wild.
You don't have a location? I think this is a rollout, honestly.
For what though? What is he rolling out?
Firefest 2. I think planting these stories of they're going through the same thing or whatever, knowing they have something legitimately booked and done that they're going to announce in a week. Could be a strategy, no? Because this is drawing more attention. Like the way we're talking about, like, damn, Billy, he ain't learned a fucking thing. He's still fucking
again, yeah.
And then you see us certified, sponsored by Verizon, like all this shit where it's like, this is legit.
May 30th through June 2nd.
May 30th through June 2nd, and the director of tourism has no idea what is going on. We have no knowledge of this. This ain't happening, man. I'm sorry.
We're going to bring Ja Rule with us too.
Ja, play games if you want another time. You got out of the first one. The second one, they might tell you to go in that same cell with Billy Boy. Y'all gonna be sellies now for sure. Either way, I hope it does go down though, because I think the idea of this festival was dope. It was amazing, but they need to make it happen.
Just like logistically, it's a fucking nightmare. Yeah, that's why. Of course, the idea is amazing. Yeah. But
throwing a festival in another country is just
and like on an island, people camping. It's not like Coachella where there's a real infrastructure. Yeah, they didn't even have fucking plumbing, let alone food.
Yeah.
So imagine drinking the moment you land, they sent them all to that bar because they still weren't set up. You watch people pouring tequila down their fucking throat.
And have no room.
Then you get there and it's a tent and an air mattress that's soaking wet. Wake up with your hangover and there's no water.
That's bad.
I cannot believe that. The fact that really happened to people.
People that have nobody that went there. Have they ever been on a podcast and talked about it? They experienced?
There was the one.
I feel like there should be more people talking about this shit.
There was one ginger guy that was in the doc, the one on Netflix, that talked. He was just someone that bought a ticket about the experience. But podcast-wise, I'm sure there has been. I just haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody.
Should we do a roundtable and just go find them?
No, I
think a lot of people are embarrassed. They didn't want to say they was there.
Yeah, but I think that, but everybody having a studio and podcast now, I think that we would see more people saying like, "Yo, that shit was absolutely." Aside from the documentary, I've never seen anybody on social media talking about their experience at the first one.
Well, I feel like those people are probably embarrassed because that's probably stupid as fuck.
Yeah, but at that point, you laugh at yourself like, "Yo, they got me." Like, I just never seen anybody talking about this shit, but whatever. Hopefully the second one is actually happens and,
maybe it's a conspiracy and we should look into that. Maybe it never happened.
Maybe it's all just
Everything isn't a conspiracy, Rory.
I'll tell you what's not a conspiracy whatsoever. Billy trying to put AB on an island. What happens when you put AD on an island again? That was a great segue. Fuck y'all.
It was terrible.
Great segue.
Have y'all spoken to Clay lately?
Nah, I haven't spoken to Clay. A little bit. On DM, probably like a month ago.
So AD from Love is Blind, I forgot which season that was, but obviously AD and Clay were the breakout and star couple of that show.
Yes, and we had Clay on our podcast and had an incredible conversation, one of accountability, one of laughs, one of redemption. I feel like a real learning experience. And I was not aware that his former fiance went on another show. Is this the same show? I know Nick Lachey is running a racket. Is this also Love is Blind?
Well,
or is this Love Island? Is this Love?
Her fiance is from Love is Blind UK. His name is Ali. And I'm not sure if this was on a Love is Blind show or not. But they talked about it on the reunion.
On the reunion, yeah.
And they showed it. And so congrats to AD. She is now engaged.
Love that.
To Ali from Love is Blind UK. Now, while we are happy for AD, she's been down this road before. She's been engaged.
She's been down that aisle, if you will.
She's been down that aisle. She's been engaged. She's been happy. So because we love AD and we support her. Hopefully, this is gonna go all the way through, and she'll actually be married and be happy and have a beautiful family because she seems to be a deserving woman. So, congrats to AD. Getting engaged.
I think it's real because everybody is like crying, and they don't do that often. So I feel like it's like she finally found love.
They cry in the pods when they haven't even seen the person.
No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the other people.
Nuts.
The other people around are kind of like, I'm so happy for her. Like she got her true love. So I think it might be real.
I hope so. Because AD, she seems like a sweet woman. So
how you think Clay handling it?
I do want to say our brother in Christ, Clay. We do love you. You are a friend of the show.
Our brother in blindness.
Clay, I'm on your side. He said he loves AD. I'm on your side, bro. You know I give it up. I think now, finally, after this happened, Clay is ready to make an honest woman out of her.
Of course.
I think now he's like, yo, I'm probably ready.
Nah, don't do that, man. Clay,
he wouldn't have been ready if they didn't get engaged, but since they got engaged, I think Clay is ready now.
Now you gotta wait until they get married and she gets pregnant. Then he can be like, that was supposed to be my baby.
Yo, Clay is not gonna do that. He's not that.
This is what niggas do.
Nah, Clay ain't gonna do that, man.
Nah, after they post like the wedding video, I could see Clay going in the DMs saying something cryptic like, but does he make you laugh?
Nah, man. Hey,
why
y'all paying Clay to be this douchebag like that, man?
Nick Lachey paid him to do that, not me.
Nah, man. I think he's happy for. I think he's spoken about.
I'm sure he's happy.
Yeah, he's spoken about her
being an asshole. He knows
the woman, and he just wasn't. He wasn't ready. I think Clay was. We don't give Clay. Well, I did, but we don't, as a whole, don't give Clay enough respect or praise for being honest with his true feelings. Like, yo, I just wasn't. I wasn't gonna. I respect.
Would have been worse if he went through with
it. Again, it's crazy that he left her at the altar. I'm like, damn, bro, you could have did that the day before, the night before.
But then we wouldn't be talking about him.
Contractually.
So, it is what it is.
And that's not shade to Clay. Me and Clay are friends.
And don't do that.
We are friends now.
I know you was happy when you saw AD get engaged, not because for her happiness, for Clay's misery. I know.
Clay is not going to be miserable. Clay is currently in some pussy right now. He hasn't even woken up and seen the news yet. Like, why are we acting like we don't know who we talking about here? Clay is good.
He's happy. I'm sure he's happy for AD.
He says he loves her. And when you love somebody, really love them, especially when you love them enough not to be with them, you are happy when they find happiness. It's probably a little bite.
Like the great May said, I want to see you happy, girl, even if it's not with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you wasn't coming. You were still eating spaghetti sandwiches when May said that.
Spaghetti
and then 50 remixed the song and said, I don't want you happy if you're not with me.
Yeah.
You 50?
And I identified way more with 50 on that.
Oh man.
He said that's a bullet wound. Bitch, I ain't Mace.
Y'all ain't never like had to watch somebody you love be happy with somebody else?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I think that's a pretty normal thing.
Do you pretend to be happy for them?
I was happy for them.
Okay. Like genuinely happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the crib, nobody around. You still happy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm genuinely happy for any girl I've ever dated that is happy now. Like
I've seen people that have done me wrong be miserable, and I can't lie that I didn't sit alone in my house with a smile.
Oh.
But the opposite, if I cared for someone in love, yeah, of course I want to see them happy. I just want them fucking miserable because we're not together.
I don't
for the rest of their life. Like
I've dated women that after we've dated and broke up or whatever, they start dating dudes that I know ain't shit, and I'm just like, but wait a minute, how you was having all of this with me but now you sitting here front like you happy with this dude? Cut it out.
Is that internal
he dressed
dirty
it
Mac?
Up better. You learn how to dress it up. Dress it up and make it real for me.
Is internal dirty Mac okay?
Huh?
Is internal dirty Mac okay?
What do you mean?
Because I felt the same feelings Malls had, but I didn't express them because that would be dirty macking, but I did feel them.
No, so then that's just feelings. You're free to feel whatever emotion.
Yeah, I never expressed it to the woman. Like, no, I would never do
so
that.
We can all internally.
But y'all mutual friends, you was getting that off, right?
No, I never said it to like a mutual friend. I just like look at the relation. I'm just like, I know he ain't shit. Like, and I know you're not happy because he do shit and he got shit with him that I never had in our relationship. So how to
like what?
She went up to Tompkins to see the dudes to trust.
Just like baby mama drama, shit like that. Like he's probably alcoholic. He coming home, we probably done smacked you a couple times. Like,
oh my God,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that type of shit. It's like you still like you ain't happy.
There are women, not me, but there are women who would prefer domestic violence over.
There are women that
there's a term of that of whatever Stockholm syndrome or whatever the fuck it is when victims start feeling okay with their abuser. Like that doesn't mean it's good.
No,
they're not happy. They think they're okay, but they're not.
No, some women, again, just to clean it up a little bit, some women do prefer toxic environment, toxic energy. They're used to it. That's what they're used to. So when they have a healthy environment, they don't know how to accept it and be like, yo, there's nothing wrong. Everything is fine.
In this scenario, you were the healthy environment.
Well, in comparison to homie that's with now.
Okay, in comparison.
Absolutely.
All right.
Now, I got my shit with me. Everybody got
your shit be? What do you think your shit is? Let's dive deep.
Yeah, we talk about mine every episode.
Probably lack of communication. Like when it comes to certain things that I'm just like, when in a relationship that I just wouldn't address. Maybe like things like that. I know how that could be like strenuous on a relationship, not addressing certain things and not talking about certain things. Yeah, but I also do make it a comfortable space to talk about it. I may not initiate the conversation, and there's certain things I may not want to talk about. Like I'm not going to keep trying to prove my, loyalty and honesty to a woman. Like if you don't trust me, let's just not deal with each other. That's my resolve.
Okay.
You don't trust me? Cool. We can go our separate ways. I'm not going to sit here and keep being on probation. Like, yo, home by 8:30. Like, I'm not,
if you communicated, you could be trusted.
Yeah, I'm not. No, but I do. But I'm not going to communicate my every move. I'm a grown man. I'm not going to be like, yo, stopping here. Hey, stopping here. Shared my location. Going here. I'm not doing that.
Well, maybe she just wanted you to communicate at the times you weren't just trying to beat. Instead of like, yo, what you doing tonight?
At the time,
like, yo, you still out? Question mark.
At the times I wasn't trying to beat?
Yeah, like that was the time you would communicate best is when you were trying to fuck. Or have her come through.
No.
Lady of the night. Okay.
Nah, Rory.
Lady of the
I don't know why
night.
you're trying to paint me as this guy. See, you paint me as gay, and then now you paint me as a guy that doesn't.
First of all, my mother did that. I mean, I know I'm affiliated with her, but
you set the screen though. She shot the shot, but you set the screen for mom to get that.
You ain't, because I guarantee you ain't get angry like, Mom, fuck out of here. Like, Ma's not gay. Like, yo, don't even say no shit like that. You ain't say that.
That would probably make me even more gay. Like if he defended me to his mother like that, like talked like that.
my mom would look at me like,
Yeah, like yo, oh,
y'all
so,
fucking?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to say somebody. I'm like, yo, wait, that was a little too aggressive. Like, you all right? Y'all good over there at the studio? Like, what y'all be doing?
my mom's one of those older school Irish women that just puts gay on everyone. Like that's.
I like it.
Grew up in the church.
Yeah,
just everybody's gay.
I'm familiar.
She, you know, well, you haven't been to college, but they do freshman orientation in the summer before, and like your parents can be, I guess, there for like the beginning part of it. And I was hanging with someone that was going to be on the track team as well, who I didn't think was gay. But my mom, as she was leaving and I was saying goodbye, said, "Oh, I'm so proud of you." I was like, "For what?" Like hanging out with somebody gay? Like that's cool that you don't care. I'm like, "Ma, I don't think you spent like 30 minutes with him." He was just at our orientation
I respect
table.
moms. I respect moms. She know her gaydar is up.
Okay, in her defense,
he was gay.
He is now a flight attendant.
Oh,
and is 1,000% gay.
Oh yeah, if you're a flight attendant, you're definitely
he
gay.
Flame from Soul Plane.
That's crazy.
What's funny
the fact that you remember his name is crazy. I didn't even know that was his name in Soul Plane. Flame was the name of that flight attendant?
I wasn't aware that character even was.
Yeah, like I thought that was just the gay flight attendant. I didn't know his name.
Flame, did you just grind at me? A little.
That's crazy.
That's a classic.
He was hilarious in that.
That shit was hilarious.
All right.
Are you automatically gay if you're like a male flight attendant?
No, Rory was trying to get us out of here. Rory was trying to get us out.
To be honest, that's a cool gig. Like I don't think it's. I don't think straight men.
See, this is what he does.
No.
That's a cool gig. I never said it wasn't a cool gig.
I'm saying I think straight men should pursue that more. Like that's a really good gig. But I think everyone has in their mind that is more of a woman and gay man job. But there's a lot of straight men that do that now.
Let me. Yo, this is what he does, man. He try to leave me on the island by myself. Whole time he got a cabana here too, nigga. You got a cabana right next to mine. Like, yes, you feel like male flight attendants are gay.
I've definitely seen a straight male flight attendant more than once. I mean,
if you could count them, that means he counted.
Yeah, Rory, you what the fuck?
No,
as much as we travel, you only see two straight male flight attendants.
Statistically, yes, women. Then gay men, I'm sure if we looked up those stats of who works as flight attendants, it'd be women, then gay men, and then straight men. But there is straight men.
Yeah, there's definitely straight men that do it.
Yeah.
Because I've flirted with a flight attendant.
We have to let's bring back DEI. More straight men need to get those jobs. I think we are being oppressed. I think Doechii oppressed us yesterday. I think the flight attendant schools are oppressing us. DEI is important for straight white men to get that job.
Well, maybe
y'all don't apply. Attendants too. We want to be sky waitresses.
Maybe y'all don't apply because y'all think it's a gay job.
You know how much pussy you could crush if you had a blank pad?
I want to say a heterosexual man, he don't want to be cracking open ginger ales on a flight. He want to fly that motherfucker.
I don't think that's
the only thing that should be cut out of this conversation.
That's wild.
What? Why should that be cut out?
There's nothing wrong with cracking open ginger ales.
Yes, nothing wrong with that at all. And there's plenty of straight men that do that already as bartenders.
Except they don't get to fly for free.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, I mean, a bartender on the flight?
Remember the Chris and Neve video when they were the only two straight guys at the all-girl school?
Mm-hmm.
You, with those numbers, you crushing pussy. I'll open a ginger ale for that.
I just think that statistics would show that there's a very low number of heterosexual male flight attendants.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, that's all. The numbers are on
That's all you were saying, right? That's the only thing that you conclude this.
I'm just saying the numbers are on my side. The conversation is what I'm saying. I think that the numbers support what I'm saying is all I'm trying to say here. That's it.
Okay. I also don't think there's a high number of gay men on oil rigs in the North Sea. I hear you. Yeah, you're playing the stat game. That's all.
Exactly. That's all I'm doing.
You're a numbers guy.
Demaris, you're a bartender.
So there is around 79% female flight attendants and 21% male flight attendants.
That's actually a higher number than I thought.
Yeah, they don't say how many of them are straight. But
that would be a great like retirement job. I would do that. Just get to travel everywhere. And
why not become a pilot?
Because that's a lot. Why not? Because that's like if I say I want to go into dentistry and you're like, yeah, I want to go into dentistry or I want to be a dental assistant. You're like, hey, why not aim for the sky and go be a cardiac fucking surgeon? No, like I don't want to add an additional 5 years of school on.
Yeah. I would love to do heart transplants. I just don't think I'm the one that should be doing it.
I think in order to get your pilot license, you probably need just as much flight hours logged in as a flight attendant.
No, and it's also way more schooling and harder, way more pressure. It's way more
pressure to fly this thing than to crack open a ginger ale, Demaris.
First of all, don't do that because I know a lot of flight attendants, and that school is about safety. They're not teaching you how to fucking give peanuts.
Well, pilots have to learn.
They're part of the flight crew. No, of course we know being a pilot is tougher than being a flight attendant, a podcaster, anything along those lines.
Yeah,
but let's not act like they're not safety experts of the plane. That's really why they're there. Just when there's not an emergency, which thank God they don't happen that often, they give us drinks.
Yeah.
But their role is really to be the flight crew to help in an emergency.
And there's been a lot of emergencies lately, so let's not act like they're not earning their keep lately.
Yeah, they're on the front lines right now.
I mean, it's not been a lot. If we think about how many flights take off and land every day. No, of course
not, but you never know.
Yeah, no, listen, prayers to anybody that we've lost. We've seen a lot of tragedy this year with flight, so yes.
And shout out to all of our flight attendant listeners. I am not disrespecting your job at all.
I'm not disrespecting your job at all. I'm just saying the numbers lean towards, was it 21% male?
Yes.
And I think we should bump those numbers up. Okay. I believe in equality, gender equality. I think that should be something we should look into.
Before we go any further, I want to send a rest in peace to Dwayne Wiggins, one of the founding members of the legendary Tony. Lost him over the weekend. He lost his battle with cancer. So we want to send a prayer to the entire family. You talk about just legendary bands and music and groups. Tony is right there at the top of a lot of those lists. So prayers and condolences to Dwayne Wiggins and his entire family. And we also forgot last week to send prayers and condolences to the family of the legendary Rory Ayers.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't count how many times his music has been sampled. Some, most legendary music that we've had and continue to listen to and continue to sample and continue to hear over and over. So prayers and condolences to the family of the legendary musician, Mr. Rory Ayers.
Yeah, for sure. And I felt terrible that we forgot about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we said it on Patreon right after, but still need to say it on the regular episode as well. I guess before we get to possible voicemails, do we want to discuss this Doechii thing or just wait to see if more comes out between him and Odell?
It's not much to talk.
I mean, I don't personally, from what I've seen, that it feels a little off. But I mean, Odell and Doechii came out right away and was like, "Oh, this is stupid. This is not real."
Yeah, I don't. It's not much. To be honest, a lot of that stuff we're gonna hear about that case and around it is not even worth talking about. It's a lot of bullshit. I mean, some of it is true. But I think this situation is just something that, it's just somebody threw these individuals' names out there, and because it is a court case and it is documented that, their names came out, but I don't think that there's much validity to any of that.
How was a lawyer still like allowed to practice after that? Because Doechii made a very logical point in regards to everything. I was not even famous at this. I was broke in my mom's crib. How on earth could I be at Diddy's house doing this?
Yeah.
Like this, I did not know Diddy. This is insane. How does that even get into court?
But that was
like, how does no one go, hey, there's no fucking way this should even be printed.
But this is going back to the Jay-Z situation and the lawyer Tony Busby. This is what Jay was saying. Like, there should be some penalty for lawyers that just do things like this and put people's names out there without.
If you want to risk it, you got to have some risk here.
You have to stand behind the risk of just throwing my name into some bullshit. So I think this is another one of those situations, and I don't think there's much to it.
Yeah. Do we have voicemails?
We have one, our first one in a while. It's a really simple voicemail. If you guys want to listen to it, just a guy asking for advice.
Okay.
You've got mail.
Hey, what's up, pod family? It's Malcolm from South Africa again. Shout out to the podcast as always. Still listening, still supporting. So I come today not to discuss politics and economics like in the last voicemail I sent. I don't know if you remember that. I come today because I need some advice on a woman, right? So I'm in the Miami area. and there's a girl I started speaking to. And when I say this is generational talent, I mean, this is Steph Curry fused with LeBron James. She is absolutely breathtaking. And we've been speaking for the past, few months, not exclusively, and I prefer that. We're still doing, we're still speaking to other people doing our own things, but we go on dates and the sorts. Now, I'm a gift giver. That's one of my love languages. Like, hey, Mo. I love giving people, like if I meet a woman and I see a genuine future, I love like gifts that make her life easier, like a spa date, go do your nails, here's Uber Eats money, here's groceries, that type thing. But obviously I'm in the Miami area, and she has attracted like a lot of athletes, the interest of a lot of athletes, a lot of celebrities, et cetera, et cetera. So the question I have to you is, how do I ensure that the sentiment behind the gifts that I give doesn't get lost on her? Like that she doesn't just view this as another nigga that's love dumping or just wasting, splurging cash on her. Everyone's perspective would be appreciated. Baby D, as the spokesperson of all women, I'd love to hear your point of view. As always, love the podcast. New Rory and more forever. Shout out.
Heard they do a lot of love dumping in Dubai.
That's where it originated.
First, we're going to get into that too, because I saw an article on that. But let's answer this gentleman. I'm sorry I was laughing when he said the N-word. Peach looked at me like Peach didn't believe he should be saying that. But he sounds like he's African. Like he's South African. So
maybe definitely.
I mean, you can be a white South African, but I don't think.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I don't think you know.
All right. Before we get to the question,
his name is Malcolm.
Mac Miller's name was Malcolm.
Is that Mac Miller's real name?
Yeah.
No. It is?
Yes.
Malcolm?
Yes.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, there's white Malcolms. There's not a lot.
Yeah, but Malcolm in the middle was white, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wasn't he? Is crazy. What did you think he was?
Yeah. Points have been made. Yeah. Not many white Malcolms, but there's a couple out there.
When you've ran into a woman that is gorgeous and you're trying to find a way to describe her beauty to your friends.
I always compare it to sports. Always. She's Kobe and Shaq, and then always.
Could you imagine Iverson's handle with Tim Duncan's height? Yeah, that's usually how I do it.
Ability with Jokic's passing ability.
But I don't think he was describing her looks.
Just who she was. She's the GOAT. She's the greatest.
He said generational talent. I'm sure he was referring to something else.
What you think?
I mean, it probably was some of that in there too, but he said she's absolutely beautiful. Like,
but to me, that's even nastier if what Demaris is insinuating here is also described based off two grown men in the NBA.
So, generational talent.
Yeah, she's listen, I've met some generational talent in my life, so I can understand what this gentleman is saying. So his question was, how does his gifts, his, I guess, love language, how does it not get lost upon, I guess, what other guys are trying to do for her,
Yeah, he wants to know what type of gifts to give so that his gifts stick out and it's not something she's just like, oh, another one, thank you.
Well, I mean, we can't really answer that. The only answer would be to pay attention to details and specific things.
Yeah, what type of woman
things that she would like and appreciate. I mean, there's plenty of women.
Well, we just did an episode 2 weeks ago where a woman didn't appreciate the small gesture of, what was it? How much money did that gentleman?
$30.
Yeah, so it's not the small.
She got to teach her a line out of it.
Yeah, but you gotta just know your woman, know who you're dealing with, know what she likes, know the type of woman she is. We can't really speak to it because we don't know this woman, and you saying that she's getting the eyes and attention from, athletes and rich men. So
I think it's actually an interesting question because we've all dealt with women that deal with men that have money far greater lengths and generational wealth, if you will, based off those contracts. The way to stand out is really your personality and the smaller things that you do. This whole generation is completely fucked because every girl's been to Tao, no matter who the fuck they are. Every girl's been flown to Turks on a girl's trip, but like that shit is so regular now that the things that would stand out, those huge gestures, most regular women have had before based off Instagram.
Let's not say that, please.
First of all, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all.
No, let's not say that because our regular listeners who listen to this podcast look at y'all like y'all are fucking insane when y'all say that most regular women have been flown out. I know so many regular women with followers at 1,000 at most that have been flown out by very rich men just because they're pretty. But that's not
those guys scour the internet.
But that's not the the base. Those women are also extraordinarily beautiful. Those are not regular women.
All right, let the flight attendant land his fucking point. He's dealing with those type of women clearly because they're interacting with famous people and athletes that have accessible resources. All those women have probably been flown out. All those big things that you think would be the greatest shit to do for a woman is regular to them.
Yes.
So the very small gestures that I think used to get clowned are the stuff that stands out. So I would just focus on that instead of trying to compete with somebody that has a $100 million contract and could take her to fucking Fashion Week tomorrow if she feels like it. Yeah, go make her laugh and pay attention to what she actually likes in real life.
Yeah, I think that's the key. You gotta tap into something outside of just, love bombing, as he said, gifts and things like that. Like, she has to like your personality. Obviously, she does. You just somebody that you're dealing with, so she likes something about you. I think just continue to be yourself, man. You can't worry about all that other shit and kind of factor that into how you move in your relationship with her. Like, it is what it is. Like, either she's gonna be with you and you have her undivided attention and y'all are gonna enjoy each other, or she's gonna get bored with you and maybe her likes and her needs turn into something else and you can't really provide that for her anymore and she's gonna end up somewhere else. But that happens even if she isn't catching the eyes and attention of rich guys. Like, if a woman isn't that type of woman and she's bored with you and you're not like feeding her wants and needs the way she wants to, she's gonna find somebody else to do it. So,
and I mean, for example, too, outside of like gifts, even though I know that's his love language, if she's used to like fancy restaurants or whatever, and a really cool local spot that has way better food and is more low key, like
nice little food truck,
like if she doesn't appreciate that type of stuff, then maybe she's not the one for you. And I don't think there's anything wrong with women that just want 5-star Michelin shit. Like, that's fine, if not knocking you, but that's not a girl that I'd probably want to hang out with. We could do that sometimes, but if we're not going to a concert of a half unknown artist with only 200 people in the crowd and then getting a taco truck I know, and you can't have fun in that, then you're not really for me. But that can make you stand out because you're not doing the typical South Beach restaurant. Like, you're showing her your world and what you're into. That stands out.
The cool shit.
Yeah.
Not just things that are cool on social media, like the real cool shit. If this place is known for this specific thing. Like, you like pizza, I know a crazy pizza spot, best pizza in the city. You like pasta, you like, little things like that. Just feed her intellect, feed her, teach her some new things, show her some different things that she may not know about. I think that's how you kind of tap into a woman and kind of stand out amongst, the other guys that may be trying to pull at her attention.
When it comes to gifts and women, if you're going to since you said gift giving is your love language, we love a gift giver. Make sure that you can maintain whatever level of gifts you are doing. So if you can afford, if you regularly want to give gifts because that's how you show love the most, make sure you can maintain the level of gifts you're buying. So if you can't maintain Turkish trips once every 3-4 months, then don't even set that standard, because then that's going to become what she's come to expect and what she's going to attach to you. And then once you can't do it anymore, it looks like you were fronting, and that's more unattractive than anything. So make sure you can maintain whatever energy you start with. And most importantly,
but that's tough too, though, what you just said, because what if he can't afford to go to Turks? What if he can afford to go to Disney World?
No, but that's what Demaris is saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm just saying,
I've been there too, where there's certain months where maybe you could finally afford that Turks trip. That can't be something that's just in your wheelhouse at all times. Like, the gifts you give.
That's not fair. Like, I know. Because say I can afford it right now.
Welcome to being a man.
I could book a nice. We can go to the Cayman Islands. We can go to Turks. But right now in my life, I can't. We can spend a nice little weekend in Charlotte though. Just because I introduce it to you doesn't mean that I have to sustain it. It's like, then I could afford it. Right now, I can't.
If you can't do it, because I'm just talking.
But that don't mean you should never do it because he can't sustain it.
No, Demaris is saying a consistent thing. If throughout the year he's like, takes her to Turks like 3 times in a row, she's gonna expect that as this relationship continues to move.
Who the fuck is going to Turks 3 times?
I don't know who would have the time to do that, but I understand the hypothetical of what it is. So did I get it correct or no?
Yes. My point is not never that you shouldn't do anything for her that you can only do once. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is because he said his love language is gift giving. That's the only reason why. When it comes to gifts, whether it's diamonds, whether it's a bag of double stuffed Oreos, make sure you can maintain that gift giving throughout the relationship and that you're not love bombing me with gifts and then just to get my attention and to try to separate yourself and then you can't continue that energy because that's now what I've attached to you.
Let's even make it less of a money thing and more of an intention pattern thing. If you send roses to her job every Thursday with a card of saying thinking about you, and then you have to continue to do that. Like 6 months in, you can't stop the roses on Thursday. You started this pattern. This is what's expecting. And when you stop doing that, she's going to question if you even like her.
And on top of that, most importantly, like I was saying, if that girl likes you, it don't matter who else is buying anything else for her. Granted, she's going to have a bunch of standards that these are standards that she wants met. And those are different for every girl, right? Like those are all different for every girl. But if she likes you, you don't worry about standing out. Continue to be you and you will stand out. And if you don't, then you were not the person for her. And another thing on top of that, your love language doesn't matter. When it comes to trying to win somebody over, your love language does not matter. Her love language matters. So how you show love, and we've had this conversation before. If you're a gift giver and gifts don't mean shit to her, then your love language means nothing to her because she's not feeling loved because that's not how she received love. If she's a words of affirmation person and you need to tell her you love her, but you're not doing that, you're just buying her a bunch of gifts, she won't feel loved because that's not what she recognizes as love. So that's something that you need to have as a conversation with her to make sure that her love language is receiving gifts. Just because she's a bad bitch and there's a bunch of people buying things for her doesn't mean that that's her love language. That just might be what she's used to. You need to get to know her and get to know her love language. But apparently y'all have time for that because you said that neither one of y'all are exclusively dating each other right now anyway. So y'all are still...
No, he got hoes.
Yeah.
He's giving everyone a gift. He dumping on everyone. And if it doesn't work out, just always remember, still beat though.
No, just remember that it wasn't meant to be and that your person is coming for you.
Isn't that the same thing as still be though?
Yeah, I think that's the same.
I think that's the exact same.
Like, that's the PC way of saying.
We saying the same thing.
Yeah, still hit. Like it's another one coming. There's another chick coming in 10 minutes. Don't worry about it.
Mad gifts for her.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been another cool episode. It's good seeing y'all after a weekend away from y'all. We saw each other every day last week, Rory.
Yeah.
It was good not to see your face for a couple of days.
Yeah. And tomorrow we won't see each other, which is awesome.
I can't wait. I feel like I'm just so many activities I can do when I don't see your face.
Facts.
I can get so much done, Rory.
I'm the one stopping you from getting things done.
Your face. It's something it's here. It's
Why don't you? Let's go to the hookah spot tomorrow.
I don't want to see you, Rory. I don't want to see you. Don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone. I get so mad, Rory. You don't
want to skate with me anymore?
No, Rory. You don't understand. When I'm home and I see your name pop up on my phone, I get so frustrated. What does he want? Like,
yeah.
And then you call me like, yeah. So. Did you see this tweet? No, man. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to see no tweets. I'm not on Instagram. Leave me alone,
Rory. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb.
Go do some fucking activities, man.
I multitask.
Okay, yeah. Just stop hitting my phone on off days. All right, man? My God.
D&D.
Bow.
Put that shit right on D&D. Nobody could get through.
Oh, baby D, while we're here, I do want to apologize last week because you were upset at me because I laughed at a post and I didn't want you to think that I was laughing at you. I was laughing at the post because we had just laughed about the post. So I don't want you to think that it's not love. It's always love from me to you. I love you and I support you. I just thought that the post was funny because we said that it was going to end up being a post. Well, Rory said it was going to end up being a post. So I want to apologize publicly.
Do you feel like you did something wrong?
No, I don't feel like I told him.
So then why are you apologizing?
Because you felt like I did something wrong.
I told you that?
Well, your energy spoke to me.
My energy spoke to you?
Yeah, I'm an energy reader.
It's his love language.
Yeah, I'm an energy reader. I read energy well. I read energy. So, they brought it to my attention. Me and Rory spoke about it. And I was like, but I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I have that thing in me. I know when I'm doing something. I think any healthy mental person knows when they're doing something wrong. At no point did I think what I did was wrong. So when me and Rory spoke about it, I was like, yo, but what did I laughed. I got laughed at. Nobody got laughed at in 2024 more than me. Nobody. I was laughed at more than anybody on the planet Earth last year.
I ain't laugh at you though.
What?
I laughed. Hold on, wait. I laughed at you to your face. I wouldn't
But
go
I
on
couldn't
nobody.
laugh at you to your face because we weren't together when that happened.
But you had already laughed. Pooh, you had already laughed at me to my face about it. We had already had that conversation.
And then when it made a post, when the post was made, which Rory said it probably was going to end up being a post, I was laughing at that. Like, so it was just all, I thought we were all laughing together.
I have a question.
Okay.
If when niggas was saying disrespectful shit about you and making fun of you on the internet, if I laughed, if I had hashtag DJ Head, if I had retweeted that and laughed, would I have a job?
Yeah.
Okay. This has been another episode.
You've laughed at me on the internet before.
No, I have not. Not when it came to all that shit. People calling you a dick rider and all that shit. No,
but that's where I think we was on a different page, because I didn't think that post was disrespectful. Nobody said nothing disrespectful about you. It was just kind of like laughing at the wish-washy switch side, and it was like that energy. But it wasn't like, oh, this fucking girl's a fucking, get her out of here, she's a fucking clit rider.
Even after the second post, you still didn't feel that way.
What was the second post?
I got posted again.
Did you?
Yes, I did. Another out of context clip.
Oh yeah, I laughed at that, but I didn't laugh on the post though. Because that wasn't that. It was like, oh, it's just another post. But the first post I laughed at because we had just spoke about that being a post. But it wasn't like, I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at the post. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't feel like I did nothing wrong. But because you felt like I did something wrong, I have to apologize and let you know that it wasn't a personal laughing at Demaris thing. It was just laughing at that becoming a post. That's all that was. Got it? Do you accept my apology?
Sure.
No. We ain't doing sure. Do you, Demaris?
She gave you an answer.
Accept my apology.
I don't know what you want from me.
I'm asking you, do you accept my apology?
I don't know why I don't know. We have been in this office how many times since that happened?
Once.
And how many hours? How many hours?
That was only one time.
That we were off camera that you could have did this apology. That's number one. Number two, you're not sorry.
I saw you one time since that happened.
You're not sorry because you don't think that you
I didn't say sorry. Wrong. I said I apologize. It's a difference. I'm never sorry.
So then what's the definition of I apologize? What are you apologetic for?
I'm apologizing if you took what I did as something that was like, weird. Laughing at you. Not that it was weird. Like, laughing isn't weird. I just laughed at a post. Like, that's not. I laugh at everything. I laugh at shit about me. Like, I laugh. Okay. But it wasn't. But because you took it personally and you took it like I was laughing at you, I have to clear that up and let you know. Like, no, I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at that actually becoming a post after we spoke about it becoming a post. That's all it was. Okay. And we only saw each other once after that happened.
I saw you Wednesday and I saw you Thursday, and today is Monday.
So I saw you twice?
This is the third time. You also have my phone number.
Yeah, but I gotta apologize publicly. I can't,
So then the apology's not for me. It's for...
No, it's for you. Okay. But I'm apologizing because it was something that was public. It was a public post that you felt the way about. So I have to apologize publicly to you.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could have called you behind the scenes like, yo, my bad, but that don't really... It's like, no, nigga, you still laughing on the post though. So I could have done that, but then I would have had to apologize publicly as well. So I'm just apologizing publicly because I don't want you to feel like I was laughing at you. I'm never laughing at you. And if it was something disrespecting you, I would have never laughed at it. Okay. But I didn't think that was disrespecting you. I thought it was just a funny post. So I laughed. Okay? All love. This has been another beautiful episode. Why are you looking like that, man? Well, you're looking like a nigga in HR that's just trying to sit there and watch two coworkers. Nothing's on your computer. You didn't pull up nothing all day on your laptop. Close your laptop. You didn't pull up shit. Close that fucking laptop. It's been another beautiful episode. We'll talk to y'all in a couple days. Be safe. Be blessed. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. And I just laughed.